Well, this was more like, for war, attacking the Nazis. Although back then it wasn't Nazis yet. So, yeah, I don't know. It's expensive too. Ammo's expensive. So I don't know if I want to shoot 3,000 rounds a second.
Oh, it would
Hey, good evening.
probably take the gopher out.
M6MUD live.
The
ESSB Outlaws.
Doing now.
Well,
Streaming.
you got to think aeration.
Yeah, that's true. I have an aerator, but if I could use a machine, use a machine gun to aerate your lawn.
See if we can get some
an idea.
activity here.
The hollow points. I sent you a picture of the rifle. K6 FHA.
Yeah, I see the. Oh, yeah. Oh, you said that. Yeah, hollow points are different. That's where they hollow out the center of the tip so that it flattens out and does more damage to the internal organs. Yeah, take a picture of the. Well, I can look it up. Yeah, I got the. Wow, that's a fine looking thing with the scope. That's. Did you get this on Amazon?
No, we got it last time we were down in Chico. Had a little bit of time to kill. No pun intended. And that
Some
was back when
Voodoo
the
950 STX
plane
Kenwood
squirrel was tearing the hell out of the
ESSB here
vehicle.
from
So
Mark. Great sounding
we
audio.
specifically went into. I'm trying to remember what store it was. I think it was a gun store. Yeah,
He's running 6
they
KC
had a
wide.
whole section of pellet guns. It was like it was like the Toys R Us of pellet guns.
AA-70D. Well, that'd be cool. Yeah, you can probably get these at Cabela's, or even they've got some stores here. Yeah, so I'll have to go look for one. Although again, I don't. It's maybe not. They're not doing any real damage, and they won't work. These things won't work on gophers unless you're really lucky and you happen to be there when a gopher is shoving dirt out of its hole, and then you can hope you're hitting it just as it's kicking the dirt out. So, but yeah, it might be fun just to have, just in case, just so the squirrels know who's boss.
Get my chat up here.
And I just want to say for the SW Walls, I did try live trapping the squirrel for about 6 months, and he was just almost caught him once, and then he would never go back in there.
Well, and also point out the fact that by dispatching a single squirrel, instead of using poison and, threatening birds, so, yeah, good on you.
No, I did feel a little guilty until I looked up the replacement cost of the damaged vehicle liners, and yeah, so if I get
Nice
them
looking.
aftermarket,
528E there, Steve.
probably about $500 for the liners.
Let me find the quiet ESSB
Yeah,
station.
and you got to do the liner, because
Clear channel.
when I bought my Firebird a million years ago.
Wow, it's busy tonight. Alright, let's take a look there. See if this frequency is in use. November 6, Mike Uniform Delta. Oops, let's get wider here. November 6, Mike Uniform Delta is a frequency in use. Looks like it's clear on 7.277. Here is N6MUD San Diego. Listening on 7.277. Good evening, everyone. It's live streaming on YouTube. Let's turn on the second receiver here. Remember the icon to do that. We gotta decouple. Let's go down and take a look, listen down here. Oops. Sub using the little numbers there, 7.218. Coming down here. So we're listening on 7.280 and 7.172.
Name of the rifle is Benjamin, so it's all about the Benjamin.
Here is November 6 Mike Uniform Delta N6MUD, listening on 7.280 San Diego.
Yeah, oh yeah, so one Benjamin. I'll also look that up. Oh, okay, so it's crossfit. Oh yeah, look at that. Be darn. So it's not, the pellet does not come to a point. It really is a hollow point. Because the pellets that I used to use, they came to a point. There's a cylindrical thing and it gets a nasty. Oh, okay, here they are. Yeah, so it's essentially the same that we used to use, but ours did come to a point. And these are hollowed out in the center. Alright, and a simple shot. So, not really good for self-defense. It's kind of like a musket.
Yeah, it's the musket of the pellet guns. But yeah, the ammunition is
N6MUD, listening on 7.280 San Diego.
Talking into. I told him what our dilemma was, and he says, "Okay, come here. You need these. These are, you know."
We've got two VFOs going here. Sub VFOs on 7.172. Listening to Mark and Andy.
Take care of it.
The primary VFOs on 7.280.
Like I said, the hollow points are good because they flatten out more readily and take out more, and they do more internal damage, and be more fatal offending squirrel. You don't want something that's just going to pass right through them, and another squirrel just patches them up and keeps tearing up your hood liner.
Right. And since it was a non-toxic method, we just left the carcass out there, and I went out and checked on it, and the carcass is gone, but the tail is still there. I was real tempted to do something with that tail, but the wife said, leave it alone.
Can you maybe safety pin it to your hat?
Well, I was thinking about that, kind of like a Daniel Boone type of effect.
Yeah, and you could be out there singing or something.
Yeah, probably, you know, you kind of want to let it cure a little bit. It's still kind of fresh.
Oh, maybe there's in Chester, there's a tail tanner.
The tail tanner. I think our band pass is becoming threatened.
Yeah.
N6MUD, San Diego, listening on 7.280.
Oh, we're kind of the snuggly kind of guys, I guess.
We just give people warm fuzzies.
Because let's go and snuggle up to Mark and Andy.
Let's find those guys who shoot squirrels. Oh yeah, look at that. Well, is there some, if you look at the waterfall on one of the SBRs, is there a label for that frequency? Maybe there's someone who already has staked their claim, like the snipers.
It says SSTV. But you know how some of these guys are like, look, we've been talking on this frequency for 10 years at 7 o'clock at night, and we're going to keep doing it no
In
matter
addition
what.
to the
Even if it's in
N6MUD
use.
website, there's a live, almost real-time peak power meter. So the last transmission I made, that was my peak power output at the top of the
and move frequency.
website.
You want to go
in
up to
red. So
270?
interesting. So
Yeah,
there you
we're
go.
really gonna have to move that far.
Another addition to the website. November 6, Mike Uniform Delta, San Diego, listening on 280.
Really? You think we'll fit there? Let me take a look.
Yeah, well, there's no one below it until 7208.
Right, I'm game. 7217. It's a good number. It's better than this one. And we'll take our big fat. Don't need this much
Turn off
bandwidth.
the
signal up
sub
there.
RX. All right, N6MUD San Diego live streaming on YouTube. Anyone out there want to jump in, say hello? N6MUD. I'll take it out. N6MUD, San Diego.
Okay, well, let's see. Oh gosh, there was 3 of you, and you have a 3-seater couch, so that probably pointed out the need for more seating.
Not really. I mean, you know, the wife sat between us, so it was just no. It was a pretty wide couch.
N6MUD, live streaming on YouTube, 7.280. Listening in San Diego.
You know, these newfangled movies are what, 3 hours long? That's just ridiculous. So I don't know, 3 hours, maybe not. But we were only down there for a little while because they were kind of, like I said, we drove for.
And good evening, Russia. Ham Amatory, R31BZ in YouTube chat. Hey man, thanks for stopping by. From Russia. Hopefully you're having a good morning out there and staying safe. And thanks for stopping by. Hopefully we'll get some more activity here on the YouTube, and also get some more activity in here on ESSB on RF. So just to hang out for a little bit longer, and the stream just kind of kicking off here. But welcome aboard, Russia, from N6MUD in San Diego.
Like a rail, where you can just put your foot up on the rail.
A lot of activity on the band. Look at all the activity on the lower band. I guess it's some good conditions out there this evening. So yeah, hopefully we'll have some fun this evening on 40 meters.
Well, you know, and it's dark, so it's like, what was his name? There was that guy. God, I'm not going to remember his name. Pee-wee. Yeah, Pee-wee, the guy Pee-wee. He apparently, he was a fan of going into those dark theaters, but no one can see, although apparently someone saw it.
Oh, that's, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's Pee-wee Herman. Who, by the way, there's a connection between the Seneca General Bar
Yeah, November 6th, Mike Uniform Delta, N6MUD, San Diego, listening on 7.280, live streaming on YouTube as well. Yeah, station out there. Try it one more time. You're kind of in the noise there. Yeah, the kilo station out there, kilo station right at the noise level. One more time, and this time I'll try and pay close attention. This is N6MUD in San Diego. Sorry, I'm not pulling you through there. Must be the band conditions. So maybe you can try a little bit longer later on in the evening when the band gets better. So plus there's a lot of lightning crashes, static crashes out there. Looks like there's some storms out there, probably out of Texas somewhere. So anyway, have a good evening. Thanks for trying from N6MUD San Diego, live streaming on YouTube.
Oh, Craig, K6JR.
JR, hey man, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Just fired up the stream here and it's trying to drum up some activity, but sounding good in San Diego there, JR. How's it going out there?
Oh, it's been fairly interesting. Yeah, the station that was calling you was up in Portland, Oregon. So, for peace from you. Yeah, it's been interesting. We've been evacuated twice in the last 3 days. We got the big bug BUG fire brewing up here. And it's been all around us. Luckily, it hasn't ended up right on our property. Been all around it though. So we had to evacuate, and we went down to our daughter's place, which is just 20 miles down the road in Cold Springs, between us and Reno. So it's been interesting, packing, unpacking. Wife gets really stressed out over the situation, so I have to deal with that. But we're okay, and we're back home. Got back home this afternoon, about 3 o'clock, I think it was. Hopefully we're here now for the duration. There's still fires brewing around us, but they're getting farther and farther away, so even if there were a major wind shift, I don't think they'd be able to find their way back here. So that's what we've been up to. I was able to still keep in touch with my early morning people by using my remote radio up from my place in Brookings. So using my laptop with a USB microphone attached to it, I can talk to the Brookings site, yak back with them. So I wasn't out of communications, but yeah, I'm going to tell everybody that I've been evacuated so many times I have a very negative outlook.
Well, at least you can make some funny sense of that situation there. It sounds like you guys got pretty close there. We were evacuated, I think, 2008. Fires came through our neighborhood here in San Diego, and I tell you, man, it's a eerie feeling, right? Back in the day, I remember we were evacuated for a few days. The only way I knew my house was still there is I would call my house, and if the answering machine answered, then at least I knew my house was still there, because if it didn't answer, then that would mean bad news. So anyway, but happy to hear that you guys are hopefully in the clear. But I'm sure there's a ton of other, bad air and ash all over the place. It took us a solid weekend of work to wash all the ash away from the patio, and basically wash all the ash off the roof and the gutters, and man, it was quite the project. So, but anyway, good to hear, JR, you made it through that, and happy to see that you could still check in on HF. You must be remote through the Flex. I actually downloaded an app. You probably heard of it. He finally made a version for the iPhone called TCI Remote. So what happens is you have Thetis up and running on your PC, and then you install this compactor program that basically takes all of the packets from Thetis, it compresses them, and it sends them to your iPhone. And it's basically means that you can transmit and receive, from what I can tell, the same quality as if you're in the shack, and it's working out real nicely. So anyway, I've been playing around with that. I did a 4-mile walk today, and I was streaming the entire time on my iPhone, no issues. I was just receiving, I wasn't transmitting. So anyway, check it out if you ever need a way to remote into the Thetis. It's pretty slick. The UI is pretty responsive. So anyway, hopefully that fire will stay away there, JR, and you and your wife can get back into the normal routine there of it.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that, and I think it probably will. So, yeah, we've been here 23 years now, and this is the third fire that we've had come through here. And the first two, we had horses, so we had to load up horses and take them down to the livestock center in Reno, and things really start getting complicated then. So luckily we no longer have horses. We outlived them, and it's just the two of us and a little dog, so it's much easier to decide we're going to leave and be out of here in about 15 minutes. So it has become something that we're more indoctrinated in, I guess you could say, on the process of getting evacuated. So anyway, yeah, very good. Yeah, I'm familiar with the program that you're speaking of, and I have a program on my iPhone and iPad that operates my Flex up there in Brookings. Also, I can go in that way, or I can use the laptop. I prefer the laptop. It gives me a real microphone. Although it's a USB microphone, but it's a real microphone, one that's designed for podcasters, and a much bigger screen. So that works out pretty good for what I'm doing anyway. So very good indeed. Streaming while you're walking, that's great. I from time to time have done that, and I've recommended it to quite a few people that don't have the ability to get on 160 due to the size of their property or no antennas or whatever. I will tell them how they can go about listening to the Utah or the Monterey or Half Moon Bay SDRs. They work out well for that too. I don't use them. I kind of have an affliction for using an SDR to listen to somebody on it. I figure if I can't hear them, either they need to be producing more power, putting up a bigger antenna, because I've already done that. I've already got the bigger antenna and the more power, so it's all up to them now. But, if I can't hear them, I can't hear them. I'll talk to somebody I can hear. I don't use the SDRs. K6MUD and the multitude out there. K6JR.
All right, K6JR and 6MUD, just kind of leaving some room, some space, if anyone else wants to jump in there. nothing heard. So I've been working on the N6MUD website the last couple of days there, JR. Check it out when we have a chance. Got some cool Whisper stuff. I got my Whisper beacon stuff there now. I've got interactive, like you can see what frequency I'm receiving. If I have Thetis on, at least you can see what frequency I'm receiving and transmitting on and how much power at the top of the website there. So that's kind of cool. And I don't know, just using some AI technology to vibe code and learn some new technology at the same time as create a website. So I've been doing that for the last couple of days and keeping me busy, keeping me out of trouble. So it's been kind of fun. And other than that, I got a nice letter in the mail from my Melbourne. You know how I went to New Zealand and Australia. I went to Melbourne, and driving into Melbourne is crazy. It's really nuts there. But I got a final thank you gift from the city of Melbourne. I got a red light camera ticket, and they took the time to mail me a letter and a fine all the way from Melbourne. So can you imagine that? It's like a $500 ticket Australian, which is like $300 American, but still. I knew I got nailed because the flashes went off and everything, but they said first of all, they didn't send any pictures of me running the light, but they did say I was half a second. My tires were half a second, basically, over the line. So it was very close to the point where I could fight it if I wanted to, but I'm not going to fly to Melbourne to fight a $300 ticket. So, but that was unexpected. But anyway, so that's what I've been up to today, Jay. I don't know. Sounds like you've been busy with the fires and everything, and that's been keeping you occupied. But if I was you, I would probably head up to Brookings, man. I mean, sooner or later, if you head up to Brookings, you can get some clean air and some escape from the craziness down there in Nevada there, Ova.
Yeah, and I think we have a visitator, so whoever that was, I think I heard an OI, but I'm not sure. You were doubling with Craig, so it was hard to pull out who you were, but whoever you are, this is K6JR, and go ahead. Well, maybe he was just making a comment and headed down the road, because I don't hear him now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't hear anyone, but he probably doubled with me. So, yeah, that's cool. So, yeah, escape the smoke, and you've got the option to head out of town and go to shack number 2. And I'm sure it's nice up there this time of the year, right? I don't know. I mean, you tell me. I know there's fires all over the place up there. Is Brookings going to be cleaner, or is there some other fire that's going to be impacting that area? Do you know?
Yeah, Brookings is usually very clean air right off the ocean. So the air quality is usually way down number-wise. And there's no pollen. I found there's not much pollen that comes off of the ocean, so I don't have itchy eyes and sneezy nose and that sort of thing. But yeah, we probably will be going up there not too far down the road. We've got some work waiting to be done here at the house. It got kind of preempted by the fire, so that guy's stopping by tomorrow morning and start working on some stuff. I've got 3 different projects for him, so we'll have to be here until that gets done, but I would say within a couple of weeks we'll probably be up there. And I thought maybe I might have heard somebody very weakly again. Did you hear anybody, Craig?
Yeah, the portable station. Go ahead. I don't know, JR. All I got the word was portable on that last transmission. Do you copy him better? I think he's a mobile station somewhere.
No, I can just tell that he's talking, but I can't tell anything that he's saying.
Yeah, the portable station. What's your location? Where you at? Okay, Alpha Juliet 6 question mark Romeo, I think it is. What's the location one more time? All right, copy Sacramento. Okay, well for a mobile you're doing okay. You're right at my noise S7 into San Diego. All right. Well, I didn't copy much at all. So have a good evening out there in Sacramento. Thanks for stopping by. This is N6MUD live streaming on YouTube. Anyone else want to jump in there?
Kilowatt Alpha 6, Juliet Alpha Romeo.
Oh, there's a good loud signal. Good evening. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I've checked in once or twice in the past, but I just switched over. I got my dipole back up in the air. I usually run vertical, so probably doing a little bit better.
Oh yeah, you're I don't know, 15 to 20 over. We've got JR up there in kind of Nevada area, so he's out there. I'm kind of curious. What's your location? Are you the guy that's in Corona or somewhere around Riverside, Corona area?
I'm actually in the city of Orange, so I'm on the other side of the hill there from Corona. I'm kind of right where the 55 runs into the 91, if you're familiar where that is.
Yeah, okay. I remember you now. You're the guy talking to Scott RRV. You guys are, I think, living close to each other.
Possibly. I'm not sure.
Anyway, sounding good out there. Got a nice wide signal, 15 over 9. My name's Craig. I'm in San Diego, and we'll pass it up to JR up there, and maybe he can give a good signal report. Go ahead, JR.
Yeah, good evening. This is K6JR, 40 miles north of Reno, Nevada. And you're 10 over 9 up here. Copy you very well. And I go by JR. There's too many gyms out there. So I used to live in Palm Springs for 26 years, so I know where you are there. Over.
Yeah, I think we've spoken maybe once or twice in the past. Your call signs, you erased the A's, you erased the A's out of mine, and you got yours.
That's interesting.
I'm sorry, I went into a coughing spell. As Craig says, we got a lot of smoke going on here, so I missed. Excuse me, I missed what you said there. Over.
Well, I was saying you're K6JR and I'm KA6JAR, so you just erased the A's and you got your call sign.
That's why I did that, so that I'm an old guy, and if I can remember my call sign, I can remember my name, and if I can remember my name, I can remember my call sign. So it's all a function of trying to bypass the aging process.
Yeah, well, I keep trying to come up with a call sign that's shorter, and I don't want to get rid of, kind of muscle memory, and so I was plugging in a bunch of different call signs, and K6JR was one that I plugged in and go, well, nope, that one's taken.
Yeah, that'll be taken until I'm 6 feet under or French fried and sprinkled in the garbage can or something.
Yeah, I'll pass it over back to N6MUD there. I'm looking at my signal. It looks like I've got a little bit of harmonics on it. I actually like that you're doing the live stream there. I can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, so you do have some IMD, but so I'm kind of curious. Is it a Hermes? What's the rig? What are you transmitting on?
I'm running a 6600 into an RF kit.
Okay, so you've got the same amp as me, but yeah, the 6600, the flex is doesn't do adaptive pre-distortion there, so you're gonna have a little bit of RF. But one thing you might want to do is just drive it with a little less power. But then again, you're 15/9. But if you look at your signal there, it's definitely IMD off into the upper sideband. So yeah, it's a little dirty up in the upper sideband.
All right, let's see if that changed it at all. I backed off the mic gain a little bit, and I backed off the power a couple watts. I'm not sure if that's any better.
Quite a lot better, yeah. I still hear some type of grunge in the audio, though, but a lot less IMD. It's not perfect, but it's a lot cleaner than it was before.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. So if I have two, like I've got two 40-meter antennas out back right now. I've got a vertical and the dipole. I don't know if that could be bringing any RF back down the line. I mean, would that be a possibility?
I don't know. Do you think that has any interaction between the antennas there, JR?
Yeah, that's a definite possibility. If you had a diode and a meter that you could make a field strength meter, you could find out real quick by putting it close to that coax that's coming down from the second antenna.
Okay, so I just tried.
K6SBA.
What you could do, if you can ground that antenna that you're not using, just run the center conductor of the antenna to ground. That would help.
Okay, I'll have to play with it a little bit. Oh, I'll take that off.
I'm kind of curious. Do you use the vertical for DXing? What do you use the vertical for?
Well, it was the first antenna that I built, and it's a multi-band, so it's like a DX commander. I've got 6 elements on it, and so I can do 10 through 40 on it. Then I built a little fiberglass push-up tower that I run. I played musical antennas on top of it. I got some pictures on my page if you look. But I have a rotatable dipole that I run, and so I just threw 2 wires on my rotatable dipole, and so I do better with the rotatable dipole than I do with the vertical.
Oh, especially for for West Coast short skip, the dipole's a lot better there. So, all right, I'm kind of curious. Do you have any? I'm assuming you do, right? RF chokes on your coax and that, but. You can look on the stream there. You can still see that you still are having a little bit of IMD on that last transmission. So, but anyway, well, good luck trying to figure that out. The amplifier is a good amp, RF2KS. That's what I'm running. It's a nice amplifier, and so just unfortunately, I can hear some artifacts in your audio though on the flex. So it just could be the standard flex bubbles you see. And I'm kind of curious, are you using Aether SDR software, or are you using the Smart SDR software that comes with Flex?
I'm using the current version of the Smart SDR. I just haven't had a chance to download the other one yet, but I've read a little bit about it. I probably will download it and try it. And I'm actually running a Behringer, one of the wing racks, so that's kind of where I actually have my audio running through that.
Okay, yeah, if you get a chance, check out Aether. There's a couple guys that are running Aether. They sound amazing on the Flex. And believe it or not, it does cure that artifact. It could cure the artifact I'm hearing. I'm kind of curious, JR, do you hear the artifact that's sometimes in his transmission there at the end of some of the words? It doesn't sound like RF, but I'm not sure. What do you think about that, JR?
Yeah, I do hear it. And I had an 8600 that I kept for less than 30 days and sent it back to them and told them thanks but no thanks. So that's a nice program they have that you can return it if you don't care for it for any reason, and that was the reason I didn't care for it, was the audio. On your Behringer stuff, I'm guessing, and I don't know what your name is there, JAR. I didn't catch that. On your Behringer and everything else, do you have type 31 ferrets clipped onto everything over?
Name here's Matt. I do have ferrites on everything. I've got a 1-to-1 choke out on the antenna that should give me about 8,000 ohms. I think I took the one out of the shack here that I have, but I still have some clipped on in the shack here. And then I am running it through a JDI duplex, radial the audio when it comes out of the Behringer.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Well, you got the bases covered there. So, a lot of antenna switches will ground all of the unused antennas. So I don't know if you might have one of those kicking around. That would ground your vertical when you weren't using it and might help out. But you can do that manually yourself, or ground the vertical connector, EL259, I'm guessing, that's coming down from it.
I'll pass it back to you guys. I'm going to go unplug that vertical real quick and come back in a minute, and we'll see if that does anything. KA6JAR.
And distance and in height is your antenna that you're using now. Over.
Yeah, that was a double there. I caught it. They're pretty close to each other. They're probably 30 feet away from each other at most. I'll go try to unplug the vertical right now and come back in a second and just see if that makes any change. So KA6JR, we'll be back in a few.
And by the way, you're 30 over on that last one. Good signal. All right, there's some other stations that I heard trying to get in there.
Act on mine.
Yeah, I doubled JR. Go ahead.
I was saying I could never get rid of that artifact on my flex.
Well, we had if you take a listen to the recording last night, JR, on Ryan, he's kind of you probably have talked to him before. I forgot his call sign. He's close to you out of Reno area, and he's got a flex and he's running Aether, and his audio sounded amazing. So I know that if you run Aether, but he's not running an 84. I think he's running a 64. But the Aether software, it does something. It fixes a lot of the combing, filtering issues that you hear all the time when flexes try to go wider than 4 kilohertz wide.
Yeah, and I'm using now and have been for many years a 6500. That was my first flex actually, and I'm still using it for the remote base, but. The other one that I got was an 8600, and it had that artifact in the mic audio, and I couldn't get rid of it. I sent it back, and their chief of technical advisor contacted me, and I told him what was going on, and he says, "Oh, okay." He says, "We're going to use your radio as a test radio and see if we can't get rid of that." And that was the last I heard from him, so I don't know if he did or not.
Probably not.
And good evening, Jeff.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, have you been listening to the Flex artifact we were just talking about there, Jeff?
No, I came in while JR was talking about the situation.
Yeah, we've got a guy, KA6JAR, which has similar call sign to JR, just remove the A's. He's got a Flex 8400, and he's strong. He's 30 over to me. He's out of Orange County. He's running 8400 into an RF2KS, and he's got artifacts and a lot of IMD, but artifacts. And we're trying to figure out if it's maybe it could be coupling with his other antenna he's got. He's going to unplug the other antenna, but anyway, that kind of brings you up to speed there. But more importantly, most likely, if he was to switch to Aether, I think it could fix the problem.
KA6JAR.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, so I actually just went outside and unplugged the coax in the backyard, so it's not even connected anymore.
Okay, so give us some more audio. I don't hear the artifact, but you're not 30 over 9 like you were, so maybe it's just the band conditions.
Okay. Okay, does that sound any better there at all?
No, it's still there. That sounds like RF.
Yeah, okay, I'll go play with it a little bit.
Yeah, are you using the microphone directly into the radio?
Hello, Jeff. Not too strong here, but that's just the band. Good to hear you.
Yeah, surprisingly, you're extremely strong. So I'm not certain what's happening here with the loop. It should be doing a little better than that.
We're about S8 and 1/2 here, so it's just be one-way communications.
Yeah, you went down to about an S9 on that one. You were 25 over, so okay. Yep, crappy band conditions tonight. Got it.
Yeah, I'm doing 1500, so I want no more power, Scotty.
No, yeah, I'm just doing 1,000. I just left it the same place that it was the last couple nights.
Yeah, Jeff, you're 20 over, so that loop's radiating for sure.
All right, good. Well, at least it's throwing it down your direction. I did lower the highs like I said I was going to. Hopefully that cut down a little bit on the shrillness of the top end.
I don't know, man. You didn't sound too shrill to me last night, but you sound great right now. You sound, yeah, you're 20 over, so that helps as well. But yeah, you sound great.
Okay. Yeah, it's just on some of the semblance, especially like that type of noise. It just, I could hear it stand out in the audio, and I went, ugh, man, that's too harsh. So I brought down the oral exciter and backed off on the whatever the hell that thing is, the leveler. Yeah, brought the leveler down 1 dB and backed off the oral exciter, and I think that took care of it.
Yeah, well, it's sounding good. Got a few, let me just catch up here on chat. So Matt Seed is going to go out and check out, so he may have a loose connection. So Matt's the guy with the Flex audio issue there. And we've got Russia checking in. Russia on chat out of Moscow. So good to hear you in Moscow. Like I say, man, be safe out there. I know there's Ukrainian drones swarming to Moscow. So be safe out there, man. Definitely. But let us know, come back and check in and let us know how you're doing out there in Moscow. And everyone else out in chat, I haven't kept up with them, but thanks for joining, and hopefully we'll have some good conditions this evening on 40 meters. So N6MUD live streaming on 40 meters. I think that's all of the housekeeping on the stream there. Jeff, go ahead.
Okay, very good. Well, anyway, interesting that Russia has found us too. So, see that? Good audio appeals to everybody.
SVA.
SVA, good evening.
Good evening. Was that N6MUD?
Roger that. Yeah, K6SVA. How you doing?
Good. So I had a question about your Melbourne ticket. Nobody asked about this. I'm shocked. How do they even know where you are, and why would they expect you to pay a ticket from another country? Are you like a citizen there or something?
Yeah, good question. So I have a rental car, right? So what happens is that all your tolls and that, like if you go through tolls and that, the tolls go to the rental car company, and then the rental car company just charges your credit cards. If you get any traffic tickets, then what happens is that the rental car company gives the city or whatever, the county, your address, and then they mail you the ticket. And so here's the thing. If I didn't pay the ticket, if I ever wanted to get a travel visa to go back into anywhere in Australia, not just Melbourne, but anywhere in Australia, I could be denied that visa until I paid the ticket. So I just went ahead and paid it and be done with it. But anyway, yeah, that's the drama happening there, over.
That's really cool. Now I can hear a little bit of accent in your voice. So are you kind of Australian or something like that?
No, I'm New Zealand. So my wife and I went back to do a 6-week trip back to my home country, New Zealand, to look for property to move back to in a couple years. And then we spent 10 days on the tail end of that trip in Melbourne. So that's what happened there.
Oh, I thought so. Okay, I actually have relatives who are from New Zealand, but I thought it's very slight accent, so I can't really tell the difference from the game, you know. But I'm curious, when you go to Australia, what's it like there? Is it really worth going there? Like, is it an interesting place, or is it just sort of a Western country where there's not really much going on? And you know what I mean? Like, some of the climate's probably similar to California, right? So I'm wondering, like, what do you do when you go there for fun? Can't investigate.
Good question. So I've been to Australia twice. The first trip was Sydney. So Sydney is just like a big version of a San Diego. Nothing too spectacular happening there. And Melbourne's a big city, like any big city. But Melbourne's got a coastline that's similar to like the PCH. So you can drive up and down the PCH, similar type coastline. That's kind of cool. Tons of like, Australian wildlife like kangaroos and koalas and all of that type of stuff. But quite honestly, from what I can tell, yeah, it's not as different as say like New Zealand. New Zealand's got some amazing scenery. I'm not sure if you've been to New Zealand. You sound like you said you've got relatives there, but it doesn't compare to New Zealand in terms of the scenery and just the sheer magnitude of beauty, diversity as well that New Zealand offers. So if I was you, I would pick a trip to New Zealand over a trip to Australia. At least that's my opinion from what I observed on my last couple trips.
Well, you confirmed my own stereotype, which is kind of disappointing in a way, because I kind of thought, isn't Sydney just sort of a bigger San Diego, and that's exactly what I wouldn't want to go to? You know what I mean? But yeah, you're telling me about New Zealand will stick. I'll keep that in mind. I don't know no, I have not been there, but I have relatives who were from there, and then relatives who went there, and I got an idea what it was like. And yeah, the wilderness there is just outrageous, right? So I'll keep that in mind, and thanks for the advice. So I'm curious about something. When you guys talk about IMD on your microphone stuff, are you talking about? I should know the difference in this, but I know there's IMD, there's like third overtone IMD3 from RF when you're transmitting, like you could catch it with a two-tone test or something. But when you're looking at spectra of the received audio, or are you looking at RF spectra, or what are you doing when you're talking about IMD for the microphone?
Yeah, exactly. The third order IMD, right? So those of us with SDR radios, Hermes lights and nuns, we have what we call adaptive pre-distortion, which lowers down the IMD3 to negative 50 dBm, even more for IMD3. We don't have very much IMD on the scope. If you look at your scope, we should be what we call brick-walled. The other gentleman there basically had, if you looked at his signal, at least for me, he had a bunch of like grass off to the upper sideband, and that's what we call IMD. So if you got splatter coming off your signal, if you're overdriving your amplifier, typically that causes that. So, and that's most radios have it unless you're running some type of adaptive pre-distortion.
Yeah.
Hey Craig, I got to get out of here.
All right, catch you later, JR.
I guess they could only do it in the era of the DSP, which could make that
7.3 JR.
But it kind of makes you wonder if you could do that.
7.3 K6 JR is clear.
Measuring the curve and then implementing that some other way with some kind of module in front of the mic or something, or after the mic. Negative 50 dB IMD3 is really crazy. That's definitely impossible without doing something like that. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, and I heard that on that guy's voice. I hear something too, and I can't quite figure out what it is. There is something there, but I couldn't tell the difference if that's like a compressor setting or something. It just sounded a little bit robotic. You know what I mean? Can't specify.
Yeah, copy. No, there's nothing you can do on the microphone to prevent IMD. It's all on the transmitter side, so that's how you clean it up. You clean up your signal that's being transmitted out through the amplifiers and that. So anyway, I want to welcome a couple people here. N6RRV, Scott, I heard you're in chat. Welcome. And Matt, I'm kind of curious, Matt, with Flex, are you back from checking out your antenna, or what's the status there, Mac? N6MUD, San Diego.
Yeah, KA6JAR. We'll see if it's still there. I just threw the antenna up, so I think I had a connection. I just had to go make sure it was a little bit tighter, so I think I'm good now.
Oh, yeah, you sound much better. I don't hear the artifact. How does he sound to you, Jeff? You sound cleaner, I think. Oh, you didn't really get to hear him much, but he sounds much cleaner to me.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if there was something there, it appears as though it's gone. So, interesting. Very interesting. K5 BLS, just so that I can get that in there and start the clock.
All right, so good deal, Matt. So what did you do? Tighten the coax that's feeding the antenna at the feed point, or did you tighten it up somewhere down in the shack?
No, it was up at the feed point. I play musical antennas more than I'd like to admit, and so I just threw it up there today. I cut the shielding back a little bit and retightened it, and yeah, it's kind of weird that a connection way out there like that would cause that, but hey, I guess that might have been my problem.
All right. Well, you sound clean now. I'll let you know if I hear it, if it comes back. So, but interesting how that manifests. A loose connection would manifest that type of a response in your audio. But hey, man, whatever. You fixed it. So good job.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys. KA6JAR.
So, are you running the microphone into the radio, or are you using PC audio into the radio?
No, I'm actually running I have an RE20, and then I'm running the microphone into it's called a McBoost, but it's basically just a mic preamp, radial engineering. And then from that, I go into it's a Behringer wing rack, which is where I do all my EQ. And then from there, I go into a JDI duplex, and then from that, I feed directly into the radio. And so it's all balanced line fed.
Okay, all right. Well, I was just going for earlier was possibility of just putting some toroids on a couple of the lines. I had a lot of issues with getting RF into the flex, and it took a lot of screwing around. I used a Star Quad audio cable, double shielded stuff, and some Mix 31 toroids to get rid of it. But once I switched over to PC audio, all those issues seem to disappear. So it's I don't know, Flex, they're just they're a different breed.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get I'm actually running a 6600, not an 84. But the 66 does allow balanced directly into the back of the radio, whereas like the 64 does not.
Right. Well, it's XLR versus just tip ring sleeve, but almost the same thing. Just a little bit easier to not have to adapt down to TRS versus the actual XLR connector. But yeah, I get it. I don't know. I've heard some 8000 series that sound fine, but usually they're using outboard processing, and then I've heard some that sounds just like an old Flex. I'd never know the difference between the 6000 versus the 8, so I don't think they've changed enough in them. And with the background I have, Craig knows more about it, but the background that I've had with them and some of the heated discussions and arguments over email and public forums, and the control that they try to exert on people, I just got rid of all their stuff. I'm glad that Aether came out. That is a fantastic software. Ryan sounds great on it, and he's running a very minimalistic setup. We got his audio EQing done in one evening. I don't think it's done, but need a little bit other tools to work on it with them. But my point to this is that the stuff that's built into the software, that the plugins, does a really good job. So he's just running an RE27 into a Scarlett DAC, and then right into the software. He's not even running a mic pre. I think it would really shine if he had one, but not everybody can afford one.
All right, there's a station out there, a bunch of lows, roll light. Try it one more time. All right, well, Matt, there's a comment in chat. KE0MAD said that he couldn't hear you prior to you tightening up your connection. So when you tighten up the connection, now all of a sudden he can hear you. So, hey, there's magic there.
Well, good. I'm glad we got it fixed. One of those things, you do something like that, and then you blow your finals in your amp, and you'd be real sorry.
Oh, yeah.
And Straya, I thought you had an 8400. There's so many different people out here at Flex that I get them all confused. But anyway, it's good to hear that there's options out there for Flex users now. So my advice there, Matt, if you get some time, well, actually wait until the next version drops. We've got a guy out here, Steve, who checked in a PR. I was reviewing his PR. By the way, Steve, if you're listening, he never really talks on HF or RF because he's too far away, but he did a real good job. He's cleaning up some of the artifacts in the audio chain for Aether, so he's going to make some even better improvements on it. So you might want to wait if you're going to install Aether, maybe a week, less than a week maybe, to get that latest version to get his changes. But even if you don't wait, it's still a really good piece of software. So my advice is at least try it out. You've got some outboard gear, so it shouldn't be too hard to set it up. Just don't do any EQing in Aether. Just pass everything through, and your outboard gear will take care of it. So it should be an easy switch over for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'll definitely do it, and I'll let you guys know. I'll come back out here and let you know that I made the switch, because I don't do any EQing on the Flex, so it'd be real easy for me just to download it. And I was reading about it. You can run both programs on the computer. You just have one open at a time, so it'd be easy to have both.
All right, real good. And by the way, WB1G said he's going to be right out here. So Smitty, Mr. WB1G with the post and chat. By the way, guys, much better interactive chat than YouTube. Just check out n6mud.com and the chat there. You can do a lot more. You can upload audio files, you can upload photos, and then you get everyone's call sign. So it's much easier to track and chat with people when you know what their call signs are. Anyway, N6MUD live streaming YouTube.
WB1G, Whiskey Bravo. Oh, let me turn the amp on.
I was about to say, pull up your pants, boy.
Hey, you're gonna have to tell me if I've got any RF in the signal, okay? Because I had to do a little rewire. Left all the old wiring for the symmetric in case it needs to go back. In fact, it's been on the bench all day, and I went through this sucker, so I'm hoping. But I'm on the DBX tonight. Any RF?
No, but you're a little hot.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out. I think I might be a little bit hot coming out of the processor itself, because it doesn't look like I have too much compression in. So I have a feeling that's it. I'll make a few tweaks here.
And Smitty, you're hot, but you're loud. 25 over.
It sounds a little bit less broadcasty. It's more airy sounding, but it's definitely louder.
Okay, well, I just don't want it to be distorted. How about that? So, again, this is just a temporary measure for now. I made a lot of progress on the symmetrics, by the way. Pulled the front panel off. I literally took it down to the board level and squirted up in those buttons and just fingered them like crazy, and hopefully that'll resolve it. If not, I'm still in the back of my mind have my heart set on maybe a new processor anyway. So, but it's good to have the backup out, and I do in my headphones hear there's a little bit more heat. I think it's a little bit more compressed before the Optimod or before the 320D. So I gotta take a look here. But thank you guys. I'm just happy I don't have RF right now.
Nickname you Bubbles.
And good evening, Idaho.
Hello.
Smitty, you're loud, man. 20 over in that last one.
Oi, all right, well, I'll take it.
What's happened up there in Potato Land? You heat up that little device you picked up yet?
Are you talking about the AFCI? I've not plugged that in yet. First time I've seen blue sky in 3 weeks, so that's pretty cool. It was really windy today and blew a bunch of smoke around, or at least out of town.
Hey, did you guys hear that JR got evacuated twice out of the fire by his place? So I think JR just signed up, but he got evacuated twice because of the fires and right by his house there in Nevada, right out of Reno.
Oh, man, I didn't hear that.
No, I missed that part. Wow.
So I don't know, Jeff. When you go home over the weekend, do you think you're gonna have some major smoke around where you're at too?
Well, anything's possible. I'm peeking out the window now, and it's kind of hazy out. We got a little bit of a orangish hue to the sunset, which I mean isn't all that unnormal, but it's the way that the light is refracting from over the Tahoe area here. So yeah, I'd say it's a little smoky out right now. Yeah, or I should say those fires that are up there have been really unstable. They've been shifting a lot with the wind. You guys should have seen the huge, God, I forget what the name of the cloud is called now, damn it. Anyway, you should have seen the huge cloud that was forming over the highest heat source a couple days ago. There was like no clouds in the sky, and there was this huge, billowing, puffy white cloud. It just kept getting bigger and bigger. I was like, damn, I feel like I'm watching something out of Ghostbusters.
They getting a handle on the fires at least?
Not that much. I mean, there's a lot of remoteness out there. There's, we don't have a lot of trees here to burn, right? I mean, a lot of it is knee-high brush and stuff, so it spreads really quick. And with the winds that we've had, because of the changing weather conditions, thank God it's cooled off. So that'll help a little bit. I was hoping that some of the rains that we've had come through would give them a little bit of a break or an upper hand too, but I don't know. Reno's gotten pummeled a couple times, and it's flooded the last couple days in some spots, but I don't know how far north that's gone.
Well, I'll be up there Sunday and Monday, so yeah, just trying to prepare for the smoke if it's there and all that. But hey guys, real quick here, if you don't mind, I just checked here and I made sure I've got everything in line. Do I sound objectionable tonight, or does it sound okay, just a little different than normal? I'm just kind of wondering.
Sounds good here.
I don't know if I told you there, Idaho, but I have the 528 open on the bench here, completely torn down, and I'm cleaning pots, I'm cleaning buttons, everything, and so I'm on the DBX 286 tonight.
Just walk downstairs to the side yard and throw it out.
And real quick, Smitty, did you see the nice, spectacular, brand new looking 528E, the photo that Steve posted on chat there? Man, that thing looks brand new.
No, I didn't. I got to look through the chat right now. I'll have to find that photo there and then just be jealous, I guess, of it. But my 528E, it's been recapped. I examined it while it was open today, and there's no doubt that those are not original caps. The hardest part about taking the damn thing apart and taking the front off, and I was able to get the front back on after I treated all the potentiometers and the buttons and all that. It was all those little LEDs. They all fit into little holes, and so trying to line that up is a bitch.
I'm kind of curious. Are you planning on reassembling this thing and putting it back in the shack there, Smitty?
Or line level switch that's inside hiding that not many people know about.
No, I have that switch engaged correctly now. It wasn't originally that way. And Craig, to your point, the only thing that's missing on this processor, and I actually am listening to it locally. I don't think it sounds that bad on the Mix Minus. But the one thing that's missing on it, there's no parametrics. So I went on to the Orband software and made sure I could lower those objectionable frequencies as much as I possibly can, because I didn't want to get muddy or anything like that. But if it sounds good, we'll roll with it, because it's in perfect working order for now, and maybe the 528E becomes the backup.
Yeah, I think it sounds good. I really can't tell at this point.
Acceptable.
Oh, really good double. One at a time this time, Craig.
I was just saying it sounds good. I really can't tell between the two. I mean, you did a pretty good job.
Well, I can add in some fake bass or treble, but I didn't. I completely brought that out. There's like this LF and HF enhance, which I call it fake bass and fake treble, and I have it completely all the way out, because I just don't think I need it with this air chain. Jeff, you had something there. I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I was just saying that it doesn't sound the same, but it's acceptable. This one is a little bit more prominent on some of the low frequencies, maybe around 100 hertz or so. And, Smitty, worst case scenario, you can always double up on things. Just enable the equalizer, the TX equalizer in Thetis, and then just, pull some frequencies out. Move it around and figure out where the offensive ones are and clean it up a little bit, That's kind of what I've done. I've done the hybrid thing, right? Use a little bit of outboard gear and a little bit of inboard gear.
Well, that's no fun. Yeah, there probably is a little bit more at about 120 right now because I had the parametric set up where I was. You remember, James, when I set it up, we did a big cut on the mic processor itself and then an additional cut on the OR band. So obviously, without a parametric EQ on the 286, I'm at the mercy of the OR band, which is fine. It's doing a cut, but whether it's cutting enough, that is the question.
Yes, Steve in chat.
XRFP.
Hey, Bob. Hey, good evening. Real quick, Steve in chat there, Smitty says the 528E sounds warmer. So, and Bob, good evening. He sounds like you got a little bit of RF there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Yeah, maybe a little bit, like 11 watts worth of RF. Hello. Yeah, sorry about that. I'll fix it. W6RFP. And Smitty and Jeff, you sound good. Yeah, and you do too, Greg. I'll try to fix this.
Can somebody please go next door and tell them to turn the carrier off on 725?
Yeah, I put a notch filter there, but you guys want to go up a little bit, maybe a couple KCs to get rid of that?
Yeah, there's somebody up on 284.
You bet, let's do it. Hey, I just did more of a cut at 130 on the OR band itself, so I brought out about 4 dB of about 130 hertz. So this should be a little bit closer to the symmetric, at least with that kind of not sub-bass, but kind of that 130 range.
Yes, much better.
What was that, Devil?
Much better.
Idaho. Cool, I'm going to save this as a preset because I did it in software, and we will call this the Smitty WB1G 286 profile.
You guys want to go down? I mean, Jeff, did you I just put a notch filter right there, right where that signal is, and it went away. But if you want, we can go down to like 274, if that would help out.
Yeah, let me try that and turn the auto notch off, because when you do the auto notch, it makes everybody's audio sound weird. So let me try that.
That person's just doing that to be annoying.
Is this any better?
No, Bob, it still sounds the same.
Yeah, weird. Okay, thank you.
Actually, you know what? I think check your are you coming through the right microphone? You sound kind of echoey, so make sure you've got the right mic input. Make sure you got that SL40 as a mic input in Thetis.
Roger.
And hey there, Bob. Good to hear you, man.
Yeah, that's my audio input. So, yeah, I got to work on it.
Bob, let me just say we've all been there. God, I was there for weeks with RF. And if I had let me just say, I easily have here in the shack $300 worth of Torites and Snap-ons. I mean, quality ones, and not internet ones. Not suggesting that's what you're doing, but we've all been there, man, and we've all had to wrap a whole bunch of toroids and everything. You name it. Check your amp.
Yeah, well, if I narrow it up, because I really narrowed it up right now, is it still the same?
Still got echo, and there's still RF in there, yeah. If you want, Bob, listen to yourself on the stream. You'll be surprised at how it doesn't even sound like you. It sounds like you've got a whole different Thetis profile or something going on.
What happened here? Maybe I'll just turn it off and turn it back on.
All right, we'll try a reboot or something. That might help too.
Weird fetus issues all day. And Smitty, I'm getting that delay at the beginning of transmissions again.
Ooh. Wait, you're running that special sauce version, right? Did you go up to the new version of 16, or are you still 15?
Well, I'm on 15. It doesn't happen every time. It's driving me nuts.
I have it too on mine, and I'm running 15 right now. And I kind of wonder if it's the RF sensing in the Lux, but it does not happen every time.
I'm running a cable, like on this transmission, right when I talked, I keyed up and it was there, like bam, ready to go. And then the one before it, it was like a second delay. I don't know what's up with that.
I have had similar issues, and I do have a cable going. Yeah, you're right. I just said RF sense, and RF sense is just for band switching. But no, I do have the relay cable connected, by the way.
And it does trip the amp, like the on-air symbol does change right when I hit the PTT, so I'm not sure. I'm going to send an email to the KM3 guy.
And let me know what you find out.
Is your Lux, is it running the latest firmware? I think it's V2.
That is a great question. Let me take a look, and I can't do that while I'm talking. Stand by.
Okay, I reset. Is it still bad?
You got some fuzzies, Bob.
Yeah, it's RF still there.
Okay,
how do I find my version?
All right, yeah, okay. Like, fuzzy, was it there?
I think for you, Smitty, you got to turn it off.
Five.
Back on again.
Hello,
It should be on
test,
the
1, 2,
first,
3, 4,
like,
5.
splash screen.
Any better?
Yep, Bob, it's got an echo to it, man. I'm not sure what's going on. It's got an echo to it. You've never had this type of echo. It sounds like you're talking in a big room.
Well, I am, but that shouldn't be the, that shouldn't be the standard. Yeah, I'm in a big room, but it never sounded like that before. Okay, all right. Good hearing you guys anyway, and I'll pretend like this never happened, and I'll say good night.
Well, 1 second. So it almost sounds like, yeah, Steve's got a good point there. It sounds like there's two inputs coming into your radio, like you've got two microphones feeding the radio at the same time. That's kind of what it sounds like, and one may be just a slightly delayed than the other.
Okay.
And good evening, Chris. I heard you in there.
Well, I shut everything down, but I didn't shut the computer down. I just let me shut everything down and bring it back up and see what happens.
Okay, well that sounded better there. Did you do anything?
No, actually, I didn't. Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I haven't done anything since the previous transmission. I may have turned up the microphone gain, and let's see if that's part of it.
Yeah, well then, when you towards the end of that last transmission, the RF came back.
Okay, so if I turn the microphone gain down, which I did, is it better?
I think so. What do you guys think? And by the way, you're narrow now. Can you widen back up to 5 or whatever you're running before?
I can't really hear him.
Yeah, the band's too up and down for me to really tell, but I wonder if he's got a toroid on his.
Okay, I'll try it. I don't really want to.
I found that the Hermes had a terrible RF that was coming through on the network cable, and once I put a toroid on it, it went away.
XR Harvey.
Hey, Scott. All right, Bob. Just make sure you got toroids on all your cables, man, and then give that a try. And good evening, Scott.
Going to get some yogurt. Be back in a few.
Well, hello and goodbye.
Okay, be supping, OBJ.
Hey, Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, guys. I'm here.
All right, gang's all here.
Smitty, I'm wondering if it's because I'm not driving the amp enough. I'm only putting out 1.5 watts to get 400 out on this amplifier.
Wow, holy Hermes, Batman, that's great.
Oh yeah, dude, these things are pretty killer. I'm making 1.5 and I'm putting in about 16, 17. So yeah, they're incredibly efficient. I'm trying to think, since I went full legal, if I'm still having the problem. And I only say that because I was driving with about 6 watts prior to tonight.
Hey, James.
It says in the manual I should be averaging like 15 watts input to get 600 out. Like, what's going on here? Is this a unicorn build?
Hey, James, you're not in that QRP mode, are you?
No, in fact, let me put it to that. I'm curious if the wattage changes any.
Maybe their internal software switch is wired backwards.
All right, Matt, congratulations. Got Aether running. Let's hear it. KA6JAR.
50 watts more in QRP mode. So yeah, clearly something is different. I don't know what it would be, but maybe it's... I don't know.
Kilowatt Alpha 6, Juliet Alpha Romeo.
All right, Matt. So you got Aether going now, huh?
Yeah, I downloaded it real quick. I didn't have a whole lot of time to play with it, but I think I've got the audio flat in the actual program, and so I'm just running the Outboard right now.
Doesn't sound... I mean, it's a good start. You definitely should do some EQing there, but yeah. So I'm kind of curious. What are your initial thoughts of the software? What do you think about it? I know it's so new to you.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's real similar. They laid it out so a lot of the buttons are kind of all in the same spot. So, I mean, so far it looks like it's basically like running, the Flex program.
I think you sound pretty good right off the bat. I mean, it sounds a little bit different than you sounded earlier, but it's going to take a little bit of EQing. What do you think, Jeff? You heard him earlier, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, just nothing starts out great. Nothing. So, yeah, it's just going to take a little bit of getting used to. And there's a lot of tools in there. Once you get into the audio chain tools, you'll get lost for a while.
I like the way that sounds.
Yeah, and I'm sure I got audio work to do. I kind of, where I had it before, it did it quick, and kind of that was the best I could do. I'm relatively new at all the audio stuff, and I'm all kind of self-taught on everything, so I have kind of no idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it.
If you ski ramp your EQ from about 3 kilohertz to 6, it'll be even better.
Okay, let me pull
I'm not an expert either. I just play one on TV.
And you stayed at the Holiday Inn.
Twice.
Hey, Matt, check out the chat on n6mud.com. We've got call sign 88SA. He's the guy that's writing code for Aether. He said that it'll be a lot better here really shortly. So I guess be prepared to do an upgrade here soon.
Okay, good. Yeah, I know you were telling me about that. I just figured, what the heck, I'm sitting here. I might as well go for it.
And I'm chomping at the bit to get Aether on my non here when they finally get the support for their non. That should be fun.
Craig, I have another recommendation for your chat.
Yeah, go ahead.
If there is a way, and I'm sure there is, if you can merge both the YouTube chat and your site chat onto, well, I guess we'll call it the main host as being the site chat, you can have a little YouTube flag next to the entries of those who chat on YouTube, and that way it's an all-in-one.
Yeah, I tried to do that. I have to look more, but Codex could not find an API that allows you to read or write to the YouTube chat, but I'll have to do some more. I already thought about that, but technically I don't think there's an API, but I'll definitely try and look into that, because I know that there's other software that reads chat, and it puts chat, and like I have one that puts the chat message, on my stream and that. So I'll take a look at that closer, James, and see what I can do.
Middleman. See, now I had another delay there, even though I'm in QRP mode. So maybe it is just my low wattage I'm putting into this.
K5 BLS Carson City.
WB1G.
Kilo Bravo 6 Zulu Alpha.
KB7 OBJ Phoenix.
And KB6ZA, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Bruce from Sonoma.
Yeah, good signal out of Sonoma.
All right, thank you. You got a good signal up here.
And Craig, I'm glad you reminded me about the manual notch filter. It works so much better than the auto.
Yeah, if you look at, so those are looking at the stream, I've got this window up here that's zoomed in on the waterfall, and a couple of reasons why I have that, but the main reason is that it has these manual notch filter buttons, so it makes it way easier to inject a notch filter in a particular frequency range by having it on this window versus doing it through the regular waterfall. So yeah, it's really nice, Jeff, when you figure all that out and get it all quietened down. It's like you don't even notice that that signal's there anymore.
No, and it doesn't affect the audio like the auto notch filter does.
Oh yeah, yeah. When there's a constant like carrier like that, whatever that thing is, if it's an AM carrier or whatever, the manual notch filter is the way to go.
Manual notch MDP.
Yep. I totally forgot that those were available here.
And we've got our 10 KC carrier down there at 7.2, just like clockwork. Saturday at 8, still going.
It's going longer,
Is that
though.
the proverbial flush to get everybody from the East Coast that is squirming and jamming off the frequency?
It'd be funny if it was its intention. It's going longer tonight, though. Usually it only goes for about 10 minutes and starts at 8. And tonight it's 8:22. It's still going.
Test. All right, I got 3 watts in and no delay.
What's your output?
Hello, 550.
I'll run it there then. Well, you got the breaker thing too. That's probably why you were pulling it back so hard.
Yeah, I'm just kind of scared, but that's 3 transmissions in a row now, and there is nothing to show for any type of delay.
Would that be underdriving it? I mean, you wouldn't think that would be.
If it's put now, I just went up another notch here. That's 600. No delay on that one either. But no, I don't think 3 or 4, even 5 watts is underdriving it. I really like the sound of that guy on the Aether that was here a minute ago. If he can just ski ramp the highs on his EQ, I think that'll be like a one-step fix for night.
Oh yeah, he sounds solid.
Yeah, Matt, I know you're using some Behringer external gear. I'm not sure if you're using a 2496, but anyway, I don't know, man. You may want to try bypassing that when you get some time and just doing everything in Aether. Aether's got some really good plugins there for the audio stack.
Yeah, I can try bypassing it. The one I have is it's the Behringer Wing rack. It's a pretty expensive unit, but I have it because I can feed 4 different radios with the same microphone.
Oh, JR's got the Wing. That's a nice look. That's a nice piece of gear. All right, we've got the Wing. Then it's probably easier just to tweak it on the Wing.
Yeah, you got a little bit.
Yeah, I was just pulling it up now because I haven't actually had the program open in a while, so I was kind of pulling up my EQ and taking a look at it.
Go, James.
Just the observation. God, this pure signal sucks on this 15. I'm so spoiled with that 16. Damn it to hell.
Yeah, it's terrible.
My comment was you got a little bit of a hole between 3 kilohertz and 4.5, and if you can fill that in a bit, I think it'd be perfect.
After running 16 with the Pure signal going back to 15 was difficult. I mean, not that they're bad, but when you see those blowouts, you're like, I miss that better pure signal.
I'm just tempted to turn it off. Like, it's just going all over the place here tonight. Let me turn it off. Am I dirty right now? Hello, test.
Dirty boy.
I wonder how dirty it is.
I mean, it doesn't look that bad to me. I have got you pretty strong, too. You dirty boy.
Okay, I added a little more in the 3 to 4K range. I don't know if that helped at all.
Give us a little bit more.
Okay, yeah, so I went in and went around the 3K, 4K, boosted it a little, and I had a little bit of, I actually have a 5-band compressor that I can run on this, and so I lightened the high side of the compression.
Maybe rather than lightening the compression, you can leave it there, but increase the output of that band.
Okay, let me go ahead and slide in there. I don't know if that does anything there. I'm boosting the 3 to 4K range, even up into 6 a little bit.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something right around 500 or 800 hertz or something. It's kind of making you sound a little like that. So try to move a cut, a real hard cut around, and see if you can pull some of that out.
Try cutting at I'm assuming you hopefully got a cut at 160, right?
Yeah, I've got a cut at 160. I could cut it harder at 160.
No, it's not the lows, it's the mids. It's the upper mids, the stuff that gives you the honky sound. It's right around 500 to 800.
Yeah, that's racist.
At about 630.
Did you say honky?
I did. You want me to spell it?
Just open it up a little bit, make it wider, is what he said.
Honke, honky.
Okay, there we go. We cut between 4 and 6, cut a couple more dB out there.
Are you cutting your lows at a certain point?
And
not entirely. Well, actually, I've got the low cut on this thing is at 50 on the. I can't do so there. I took my low cut all the way down to 0, so I don't know if that did anything.
But Smitty would say this is the way.
And your IMD. Your IMD is going pretty crazy now, but you're 30 over to me. And I will say, though, that I'm noticing a little bit of a difference there, but there's still like a muffle sound, like a muddy sound at the 5 to 600.
So you say pull more out, maybe?
I don't know, Jeff. I mean, he's really loud to me. I can still hear the muddy or the muffle sound. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that could be just the flex, too, because they just, I don't know, there's something in there that you have to get it EQ just right. I zoomed in on the waterfall. Give me some more audio, and I'll see if I can grab where the frequency range is.
Okay, yeah. I was looking on the Aether SDR, and I couldn't see a way to go to, like, had my low cut at 20 before, and it would only do 50 or 0. So I was at 50, and I just took it down to 0. So I'm 0 to 6,000 right now in the SDR.
Okay, yep, that's a good starting place. Yeah, try doing a couple dB cut right around 550, and let's see if that helps.
Okay, I just took 4 dB out of 500.
Yeah, it's not down that low. It's up a little higher.
And, tell us a story.
Okay, I went ahead and put it back up, and I went up towards 630, and I'm pulling down. I got 3 dB out at 630 now, and I went ahead and did 1.7 at 500.
Okay, what have you got around 320, something in that area?
Let's just hear it.
I'm cutting a little bit in there, but not all that much.
Go, James.
Boost it rather than cutting it, just so we could see if that's where the offensive material is.
Okay, I just took 630 and boosted it 15 dB, and I took 500 and I'm boosting it 7.5 right now.
Oh, interesting. I sort of heard a difference, but not much.
I heard very little difference.
Yeah, I could tell, but it's not a holy cow, that's it. K5 BLS.
You're out of line entirely, unless it's your mic 3. But just bypass all that and try to use the EQ and Aether and see if there's any play.
Okay, I'll have to take a stand here and play with it a little bit and see if I can get it bypassed.
It's basically
That's
like
what she
what I
said.
cut is 160, 320, a little bit at 500-ish. And then I start ski ramping upwards on the highs, starting at about 2K. 2K is at about like 3 dB. 4K will be at about, 5 or 6. And then 6K is at about 7 or 8.
This is the way.
Well, and I guess what I should probably do is get rid of my old EQ and stop trying to adjust off of it, or would you just try to adjust off an old EQ?
Just start flat. Just start a new preset in the Aether there. And do those aforementioned cuts and boosts and come back.
Okay, give me 5. I'll let you guys keep going. K6JAR.
Hey, by the way, JAR, just so you know, one of the best sounding flexes I've ever heard. So you're close.
Oh man, Ryan's gonna hate you.
I don't know, man. I might
I feel
one
all
of the
happy
best.
now.
One of the best. One of the best for sure. I've never heard flexes sound that good. So even if you didn't do one more thing, I'm trying to pump you up so you don't get discouraged. Even if you don't do a thing, it's still pretty damn good.
Yeah, it's still better than usual.
No doubt. Hey James, can you repeat what your starting point out for cuts are and boosts? Because I want to create a post here and pin it so that way we can reference it for anyone else that's going through this.
Was that too? I kind of doubled.
Yeah, I was just saying, can you repeat what you said for your cuts and boosts when you start out for EQing? Because I'm going to create a post here and pin it.
Okay, yeah. I'll give you the preliminary James methodology in the chat. Give me about 30 seconds.
Awesome. We'll pin it, and that way it'll be there.
Yeah, I think he and I start about the same place as with doing cuts first. There's just a few frequencies that are always notorious for being problems. I mean, like on this profile, I'm cutting 160 hard and 180, as well as 320. So there's quite a few frequencies in here that I'm pulling stuff out. I'm trying to go over to the comp here. And 500 I'm pulling down. 80 I'm pulling down too.
K0M80.
MAD, good evening.
Great call, MAD.
Yeah, good evening. For things first time. Of course, I haven't checked. Maybe I spoke to you somewhere else before. First time on here anyway. Sounding good over in Missouri.
Oh, Missouri.
Wow, good signal to San Diego.
Fantastic signal into Sacramento.
Sound good into Nevada as well. But, yeah, welcome.
All right, well, I'll sit back and listen.
Hey, what's K0MAD? What's your rig? You're sounding pretty good there. You got some Flex or some Apache or some Hermes going there?
Yeah, just got a Hermes here and using a RE27 to a Focusrite.
There it is. And 7. I'm a fan. I'm on one myself. What's the call again? I know it was MAD, I believe, but it was Kilo Zero, or what was the beginning?
Yeah, it's Kilo Echo Zero. Mike Alpha Delta. Name Sean. Sierra Hotel Alpha Uniform November.
Hey, Sean, good to meet you. Great audio, by the way. Aurora, Missouri. I'm sorry, Missouri. My apologies. All right, Sean, good to meet you, man. My name's Smitty, by the way. WB1G. Sacramento.
All right, well, nice to meet you. Yeah, it is misery right now, man. It has been gross hot the last 2 weeks.
And 6
I
hour
remember
RV.
those days. I lived
Welcome
up in
back.
Kansas City, actually, in Lee Summit.
Welcome back, Mission Viejo.
Hi, boys. I'm back. Just want to say hello. Went and got some yogurt and enjoying a cooler night tonight down here in Radio Free in 6 Hour RV. The other gentleman, I didn't catch your name, but you sounded really good down here in Mission Viejo. About 10 over S9. Sounding good.
AB6KB.
I heard a light K something.
Alpha Bravo 6 Kilo Bravo. This is Kent in Santa Cruz, California.
Hello and good evening, Santa Cruz. Kent, I got you here. Alpha Bravo 6 Kilo Bravo. Good to hear you, man.
Yeah, I've been listening in on the radio check, and gosh, I mean, it's almost like splitting hairs. The more he adjusts it up or down, it's not making a huge difference, but really nice signal, good sounding stuff. AB6KB Santa Cruz.
Sounds like we got pretty good conditions here tonight.
Hey, Alex. Good evening.
Was that Alex?
Yes, in my little portable here in the Volkswagen.
Hey, we got
I was
you, man.
about to say, that's not your normal home signal.
No, it's just battery powered here with a 706 Mark IIG. Just a little wimpy driveway station.
Yeah, but you know what? I've heard you during the daytime on 255, and that little wimpy station that you're calling wimpy, I've heard it quite a few locations as I've been driving around.
Yeah, well, might be because I got that Delta Loop sitting underneath the big oak tree and over the house, so nothing special. But anyway, I guess it works.
Yeah, you're 20 over, Alex.
Yeah, I think the band's pretty good. I hear everybody pretty loud. And good evening from KD6BIS.
Sounding loud down here.
Yeah, he's doing good too.
And Scotty, how was your ice cream? What'd you get there? Some frozen yogurt, or what type of ice cream did you guys get?
Oh, okay. The culinary diet tonight was frozen yogurt and some sorbet. Pineapple, actually. Really good stuff. And it was packed down there, man. Tons of kids, people all over the place. So tonight is yogurt night.
Finished dinner and some Trader Joe's coffee ice cream.
Copy that. I got a comment I got to read in chat here from YouTube. I've never heard of ESSB explained like this, so I don't know. Timrick, this is pretty good. This is for you. So, and so anyway, the comment was ESSB, the ham radio equivalent of parking a Hummer diagonally across the 4 parking spaces because you want everyone to admire your ride. So there you go. Pretty creative there. What do you guys think?
I'm not sure if that's negative or positive. You could go either way. Is he ragging on us or is he serious?
That makes sense.
KA3TEB.
There you go. It could be an EV.
Hey, is James on the air tonight?
Oh, he is.
James is present.
Okay, sounding good, loud. So just wanted to make sure you're in the game here.
He's is on the game board.
Hey, Dad. He's more of a regular here than you are lately. So we get him nightly.
Yeah, I know. My schedule just precludes me from doing that. And starting Sunday, I'll be incognito, and I'll be at a different location. You all know that. Starting Sunday night through the following Saturday, I believe, I will be no longer in Mission Viejo. I will be establishing roots up in Idaho.
You gonna plant some potatoes?
Hey, I just wondered how good the potatoes are up there, freshly picked out of the fields. We'll see.
30 over there, Scott. Amazing audio.
Hey, I got this thing tuned up right. It's 1.00 and only reflecting 1 watt. Nice job, James, in getting my antenna the right dimensions. Sounds good.
Well, yeah, I didn't do anything. I just told you to build it that way, so good job, Scott.
Man, 30 over into San Diego. Wow, that's a lot of signal there, man.
I like it when I love the lux, and you know, Smitty, you got the lux. It gives you everything you need to know: power out, reflected power, temperature, current, and it's such a great amp. I just love this thing.
It is fantastic. I 100% agree with you. It's beautiful. I don't know if you heard, but I got the cable modem interference issue squared away. 1.4 kilowatts tonight, close to full eagle.
Oh, nice. 1.4, not bad. I'm at about 1K, I don't know, about 1,500. I'm legal limit right now.
The big question is, how much are you driving?
Oh, let me take a look at that. Right now, about 12 watts.
Crazy, right? I told James earlier, I think I'm driving with like 12 or 13 or maybe 15 watts tops, but that's pretty impressive, putting 15 in and getting 1.5 out.
Yeah, it's nice that we don't have to drive the radios very hard, and there's no heat in the radio because of that. It's a good setup that way.
Kilo Alpha 6 Golf Sierra Echo.
There were two of you that came in at once. I think it was a kilowatt 7. Go ahead. Hey, JWQ. What is happening, Jay, man? Well, you've reached the Audio Savant channel here on 40 meter. I don't hear you loud enough, so I'm going to pass you to somebody else. But I mean, it sounds like DX audio. It's not too objectionable. I mean, it's not objectionable at all. It sounds like communication grade audio, if that's what you're going for. Give me a little bit more here. I'm in Sacramento.
Pretty light.
Yeah, you're topping out.
Reno, we hear you.
You're topping out for me into Sacramento at about an 8.5, 8.5. And typically where you are this time of night, I feel like I should be hearing you louder. So not trying to send you a grenade or anything like that, but you're kind of light for how much you're doing. So at any rate, though, you said off-center fed. What was the elevation of the antenna?
Where's he located, Smitty?
He's up in Portland.
Roger, roger. Yeah, he's just a little north of, or actually a little south of Portland, southeast of Portland. Oh, no problem.
Signal over this way he's not doing too bad. He's about 5 to 10 over. It's the lightning crashes that keep taking his audio out.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Well, it sounds like
constant crunching.
It sounds like you're doing pretty good into Idaho. Sounds like you're doing pretty good into northern Nevada, so that's all good. And I do hear you just fine. You're just hit S9 on that last one, so yeah, definitely sounding just fine. Oh, Mike is what bill collectors call me. Everybody calls me Smitty. Hey, you know what the good thing about that radio you got right now? And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be a channel master here and dominate. That radio goes out to 4, so you can be an ESSBer with that FT-DX10 you got there. Yeah, look it up on the interwebs. There's a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of different resources out there. There's like a button you have to press when you turn it on, and that lifts, or not lifts, but expands out the TX filter, lets you go full 4. So you can experiment in ESSB land and then turn it off and DX the way you are right now. So the nice little setup there. I'm in line, and I'm going to get one very soon as I can afford it. I saw that, and I'm actually considering pulling the trigger.
Are you just using the standard hand mic?
again, Jeff.
Yeah, are you using the standard hand microphone, or are you using something else? Okay, send me an email, and I will email you the mic settings that I came up with that sound the best, and that way you can sound better out at 4K when you enable the TTBF mode. Kilowatt 5 Bravo Lima Sierra. Okay,
Cool,
yeah, I've got some optimal settings that work pretty well with the hand microphone, so you'll be in good shape.
You got it. You got it. There is a rule, though. In the future, you can come out here anytime and get a radio check. But after you get your radio check, you got to at least stay and keep us still warm for a little bit, man. Tell us a little bit. What do you do for a living? Don't disappear just yet. We got to squeeze you for a little bit more here, Jay.
All right, now we got to squeeze you to go out and get the extra. Yeah, there's a lot more to memorize there. Just don't put too much into it. Just accept what the answers are and move on. I mean, certainly if there's something that you're interested in, take in the information. There's always something to learn there. But for me, when I took it, I was like, I don't care what slow scan does because I'm not going to use it. Yep, well, you can do it. It's obtainable. It's difficult, but it's obtainable. So good luck with that one.
You said you were a retired Leo, police, sheriff, some other branch. Very good. Well, utmost respect from me for the men in blue, men and women in blue for that matter, or whatever color you wear there. But thanks for what you do, man. Come from a long line of firefighters, so come from a background of many public servants, both in my family and my best friend is a Sacramento City firefighter. And I've done more ride-alongs than I think I can remember, and I've seen a lot of you-know-what with you guys out there, whether it's car accidents or just random stuff. And, man, that is a job that is not for the weak of heart, and so mad respect from me, man.
Don't let him fool you. Smitty just likes to play with his hose.
We'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Roger.
Roger.
Smitty, I got a question for you.
I know. A lot of them are pretty good at dropping hose.
Smitty, I got a question for you.
Yeah, RRV, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't mean to change this very interesting subject, but are you still using the 528?
No, actually, tonight is the first night that I don't have the 528 on the air. I have it on the bench here. It's in pieces, and I'm servicing it right now. It got recapped. Well, I looked in it. I didn't recap it myself, but I was examining it, and my issue's been some corrosion on some of the buttons, so I really tore it down, got deep into those buttons, and, well, I gave him a good finger, let me say that. No, tonight I'm on the 286S DBX.
Oh, yeah, I had one of those. All-purpose, they're pretty good. I was just wondering, I thought I heard you earlier about the 528. I don't hear any difference between what you're on now, right now, as opposed to the 28. That's why I was asking.
Well, that's good to hear, because I won't have to rush to put the 528 back in line. So maybe the 528 becomes a backup, and I exercise the 286. I've always been impressed with this processor for what you get. The one thing it is missing, and I'm sure you agree, there's no parametric on it. But with the OR band after it, I've got parametric there, so I did have to do some more cuts on the OR band and make a separate profile so that I could cut out what I was cutting out originally on the 528E. But good to hear that I've got it damn close.
Yeah, you're just fine. I don't hear much difference at all. They're pretty darn close.
Again, I still think this one has a little bit more top end. It's a little bit more airy sounding, and it sounds better.
Yeah, I don't have the ears that some, like James' ears. But for my ears, it sounds really good. You still got the thickness, block of cheese going on. And you're okay, Smitty. Notwithstanding the stuttering, you're doing okay.
Well, thank you very much there, sir. Yeah, I'm probably going to keep running it for a while because every piece of feedback I've had tonight has been relatively positive regarding being a little bit opener and airier and a little brighter. And so I'll take it, man. Maybe that 528E is, just not doing it.
Well, as you know, as a radio guy, there was a time that the 528 was a standard piece in a lot of broadcast studios, as you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. In fact, this one is from Caleb. So you're absolutely right. These things, I was saying last night, there is probably radio stations across the country that in the engineer closet, they probably have 2 or 3 of these just stacked up on standby, right? I mean, they're just a dime a dozen, right? And they're a great processor, don't get me wrong. Fantastic processor. I love running the 528, and it is probably more capable than this one. But for whatever reason, this one's a little bit more basic. And I really am just, there's no EQ on it. It's just compression, gate, preamp, and then I think I have the de-esser off.
I always liked the noise gate on that. It was very effective.
Yeah, I think the noise gate is actually better on this, I would say, than the 528. I'm sorry to say that because I love the 528, but it's definitely better.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Okay, so while you were talking, here you go.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, this one is from Caleb. So you're absolutely right. These things, I was saying last night, there is probably radio stations across the country.
And there you go.
Apart from the phasing, that was a great recording.
That's a great recording. That's loud.
It's in your face.
Not objectionably loud. That's not objectionably loud, right?
Nope.
Beautiful. Well, thank you for that.
Sure thing. Yep, that was 20 over.
Tango Echo Bravo.
Tango Echo Bravo. How are you tonight? What's the whole call?
Kilo Alpha 3, Tango Echo Bravo. Mitch down here in Aptos. You guys are booming in here tonight. Smitty got you about 10 over 9 here into the Santa Cruz area.
I know Aptos very well. I went to high school in San Jose, and believe it or not, I went to a Catholic high school in San Jose. And for a short time, I dated a girl that lived at Aptos and drove to San Jose. Again, it was a private Catholic school there. So I know Aptos quite well.
Well, I certainly think that's quite a nice feat there to go from San Jose to Aptos back and forth and pull that off during your high school years. I'm right here by the water's edge in the Seascape area, if you're familiar with that.
Oh, I know it all too well. We used to go over 17 and do big bonfires down there. There used to be a great beach for that. I want to say it's Seascape or something. It's right there, if I recall, the beach we used to go to. Is it Mitchell or Mitch?
Well, the legal name is Mitchell, but Mitch is what everybody calls me. So, consider you among my friends. Call me Mitch.
Wow, okay. I guess we're friends then. Well, call me Spitty. Please don't call me Mike. Bill collectors call me Mike, and some of my family calls me Mike. And if you met me when I was a little kid, you'd call me Michael. But I don't like that.
Okay, Smitty, very good. Anyhow, didn't mean to break up the party, just wanted to drop in there. I know you don't like radio check and run, so I'll give you a little background, a little color. Radio du jour, ICOM 7300. Sorry, not 3K wide, so it probably doesn't qualify, but we're doing the best we can here with an SM30 and a small delta loop up on the roof that surprisingly will tune up on this band. I'm recently retired from a career in technology marketing and spending my time doing some AI modeling and simulation on some new antenna design. Back to you.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, you're talking to a bunch of guys that do a lot of vibe coding with AI. Myself and N6MUD down there in San Diego, we've done tons of AI-based coding. So, yeah, get on the AI bandwagon, absolutely. Sounded good here into Sacramento. We're pretty close to each other, but nice little MVIS path. Your S9 to me sounded real good. 7300's a radio that to be proud of, honestly. It's a great radio. I own one. I only recently sold it, but it was a great radio. It was my starter radio. In fact, when I started talking to these guys, I was on a 7300.
QSL. Well, it is a great radio. It pretty much does everything.
Quieting down the background noise just a little bit there.
You know, I like that you admit that you peruse the 11-meter band because I do love when I hear hams that won't admit that they did. I would say that probably 99% of hams picked up a CB radio at some point in their life. They just don't want to admit it. Absolute, man. I'll hand you around the group here. There's a lot of us out here tonight. You've got Carson City, Nevada checking in tonight. You've got San Diego. You've got Santa Barbara. You've got Sacramento, me. I'm missing folks, but I'll hand you around. Let's see if anybody else wants to say hi to you.
Yeah, I'll say hello. Unfortunately, you're not very loud to me over here on the Nevada side of the Sierras, but good evening to you, K5BLS Carson City.
Good evening, Carson City. We've got good copy on you here. Sorry I'm not so loud. I've only got 100 watts here. No amplifier for this frequency, but you're making a fine trip here into the coast.
Radio Victoria, N6RRV down here in Mission Viejo, Southern Cal. You're about S9 into Mission Viejo, located about 15 miles southeast of Disneyland. Go ahead.
Good evening in Mission Viejo. Sorry I didn't pick up the call, but good sounding audio up here. I've got you about 10 over S9, and so very good conditions north south tonight.
So, real quick here, I got to ask, out of all the voices you've heard, and don't pick me, okay? Who's got the best audio?
Hey now.
Boy, that's a loaded question. I came here to make friends, not make enemies.
Well, you know what? They set you up. You're on a 7300, so I know that you can only open up to 3.6, so we probably all sound about the same.
Not me.
Well, there's a little difference between the stations. I guess it's a matter of what you prefer. Smitty, your audio is great. Love it. You know, studio quality. Some of the other audio is also quite pleasant as well. And so none of it is less than stellar, but I certainly do appreciate your audio.
I'll be the less than stellar station here, KD6BIS over here in Santa Barbara.
Now you're starting to sound like yourself.
With an old 706 Mark II-G, 100 watts.
So you get points in my book for that.
All right, 73 some Alex here. All right, well, I try not to say too much because I'm not a wideband. I'm not that important. So I'll just take a quick standby, and you're sounding good into Santa Barbara or Montecito.
I appreciate the call from Montecito, and I'm interested in your neighbors there when you run into them.
Which one?
Well, you know, I think some are probably in the news more often these days than others, but the ones that came from what's the other country over there in Europe?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah. They're a couple miles away. I don't ever see them, but we got a lot more. They're probably more famous. All right, man, I don't want to give it away here. I don't like telling people they want their privacy, so I don't say who they are. KD6BIS.
Okay there, Alex. Thanks for the call. And I'm going to step aside, let you guys carry on with your fine business. So 73, thanks for letting me get in there. Kilo Alpha 3, Tango Echo Bravo.
Hey, by the way, if you want to hear how your 7300 sounds, you can go out to YouTube. We're actually streaming tonight's Rag Chew on YouTube. So you can go out there and take a listen if you want. Just go to YouTube and look for N6 Mike Uniform Delta. I'll repeat, that's N6 Mike Uniform Delta. Check out that YouTube channel. You should be able to go back in time and hear yourself. You'll hear how your 7300 sounds. I think you're probably a little light into San Diego, so maybe I should turn it over to Craig. I don't think Craig even said hi, so maybe you can clear with us and say hi to Craig, and we'll see if you're getting into San Diego.
Is the he was getting into San Diego. I just don't hear him anymore. Smitty. N6 MUD. Good evening.
N6 MUD, Kilo Alpha 3, Tango Echo Bravo. We do copy you up here in the Santa Cruz area.
Yeah, Santa Cruz. You're about an S8 into San Diego. Name is Craig. My noise is right around an S7. So you're above the noise, but I copy 100 watts. Pretty good job into San Diego.
Roger that. Appreciate it. So I'm going to jump on out of here, and thanks for the heads up on the YouTube stream. I will go back and listen to that a little bit later on. And carry on, gentlemen. I'm sure there's some other folks trying to get in.
All right. Have a good evening. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the stream.
Was that a 7 station? I don't pick them up too good. It's a Kilo 7 or something like that. Somebody else, Smitty, maybe Jeff might be able to hear them better. Oh, that's a Kilo Delta 7. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Delta Romeo Delta.
There you go.
Was it Delta Romeo Delta? KD7 station? Got it. Okay, that's actually how I copied it the first time there, John. Hello, John, up there in Salem, Oregon. Good evening. How are things? Well, thank you. We probably all sound pretty darn good, and we're running a mode called ESSB. So we're running pure signal, so very pure signals, very block of cheese signals. You'll probably see that on your scope. But we're also running with 6 kilohertz of audio bandwidth. So if you were able to open up, you'd hear it very different than your current radio. But you can check it out on YouTube, by the way. You probably heard me a little earlier. N6MUD, N6 Mike Uniform Delta on YouTube. Good God. I was looking at the SDR and it said Utah in front of me. But yeah, you can check out your audio and you'll see how you sound to us, and then you'll also hear how all these fine stations got RRV. You just sound so good here.
Who are those guys?
RRV here from Mission Viejo. James, are you back up in Idaho? What did you do?
James had a kid that was struggling to go to bed, so we had to go and I guess put the kid to sleep.
Struggling to go to bed. In other words, there's some conflict going on with rebellious little ones at 4 years old. Geez, they brings back a lot of memories for those of you who have children growing up when they were in their 3s and 4s. They never want to go to bed.
30 over there, Scott. Solid 30 over plus. So yeah, it's loud right now.
Hey, Scott, I recall this, and I don't know if James is a sucker like I was, but my first was a girl, and she used to be like, Daddy, could you cuddle with me a little longer? So, 5 minutes of cuddle turned into 15 minutes of cuddle, turned into 35, and then...
Let's face it, Smitty, the women in our lives, whether they're girls or wives, they just control us from A to Z.
Tell you what, my friend, the one thing nobody warned me about, and I know you've been through this with your son, but... nobody tells you that there's going to be a last time, and that last time comes and goes, and then you think to yourself, oh shit, I'm not going to cuddle with this kid anymore. Oh, it's over.
So true. I don't know. I have a daughter and I have a son. James was first. Rachel was second. It was so cool having James, the little boy, first. I remember when he was born in the delivery room. I remember that so well. And then when Rachel's born, then you have a girl, which kind of rounds you out. And, my kids are, to me, they're still little kids, to me. And, you just want to embrace that for as long as you can.
I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today. In fact, we were talking about my son is now a senior in high school. My kids are like Rachel and James, but flipped, right? James is my Emily, and Rachel is my Ethan. And Ethan just started his senior year. It was first day of school. He drove to school on his own, parked in his senior parking lot. And I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, man, it's rough. My last one going through senior year. And she said something like, yep, Dad, we're growing up. And I said, but here's the thing, honey. And I picked my phone up, and I've got tons of baby pictures of her. And I said, no matter how old you get, and you may be a beautiful 20-year-old or almost 20-year-old now, this is how I see you. There's a picture of her in her bassinet, smiling, looking up and smiling with her arms up as a baby. And that's how I see her. I don't see the adult. And I know you're the same. You could relate, right? You get it.
Oh, yeah. Those are the best times. And, never forget those times.
All right, I've done enough talking here. Somebody pick up the pickle.
K6JR.
Ooh, that was low bass.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That last station, you have a lot of low, and articulation's really rough. Come again with the call, phonetically, please.
Yeah, K6JR. I went completely flat on my audio, so I was in here earlier. So I just cut out all the EQ entirely.
Oh, hey, Matt.
It's being overdriven a little bit and definitely not articulate.
So, Matt, in chat.
Looks like it might be a little bit. There you go. I don't have any EQ in it right now at all.
So in chat, they posted...
I don't have any EQ in it right now at all.
Yeah, they posted the cuts and the boosts that you should do in chat if you want to check it out there. James at WS7K.
Okay, I see it there. Yeah, I'll go ahead and plug a few in right now.
Yeah, you got a lot between 0 and 1.5. There's a lot there.
Foxtrot Zulu.
Wayne. Good evening, Wayne in Redmond, Washington. Do we have you? Well, howdy, howdy. Are you cutting out, or is it just me? I'm hearing like a syllable, and then you kind of went away. I'm in Sacramento. Call sign is Whiskey Bravo 1 Golf. All right, I don't know if you can hear us, but yeah, you've probably already realized you've got something going on there. We're hearing about a second of your transmission, and then you go bye-bye. But check it out. Make sure you're not throwing too much SWR. Don't transmit again until you figure out what's going on, because something weird's there.
Whiskey 6.
Oh, hold on one second, guys.
Jim.
Victor Yankee Delta. Oh, I got to say hi to this guy. He's just coming to say hi to me. Vincent, what's going on, brother? This is one of the locals here, and I get to talk to him on a local repeater here. I never hear you on HF, so good to hear you, my man. Oh, very nice. Hey, Jim, you know Vincent, right? VYD. He's in here tonight. Up there. You're in Auburn, right, Vincent? That's right. Do you work up in Auburn? Why did I think Auburn? I think you work up there, if I recall. Got it. Okay, I knew it was something Auburn related and wings related. That makes sense now. Well, good, man. Good hearing you out there. I can tell you're on an iPad. When you transmit, there's about a good 3 seconds of so I knew you were operating remote. But now you sound good, man. Good to hear you, man. Thanks for coming out and saying hi. Are you going to the meeting tomorrow night?
I've got you around 5 over S9. Real good signal tonight. W6JC's at Jim in Woodland.
Hey, Vincent, real quick. You going to the meeting? Okay, you should come or at least be there on Zoom. I'm doing the presentation tomorrow night, and guess what? It's on ESSB. So it's going to be on YouTube as on demand later. But yeah, definitely tune in. You'll learn all about my setup and what is ESSB and why we're Outlaws and all soup to nuts, what you want to know. Well, I'm going to.
All you need is a computer and a microphone.
Well, don't spoil my talk points for tomorrow night, there, Jim. All right. I will show tomorrow night. I will give you the minimum entry into ESSB, and you will be very surprised. I'll say it on the air. I did the math, and for you to get on ESSB, if you have a computer, you need a computer, obviously, to control the radio. But believe it or not, it's only going to run you about $400, and that is a Hermes Lite 2 plus an M Audio DAC plus a Fiduce SL40. That combo with the right EQ and processing would technically get you on the air. So it's not as pricey as people think to get on the air in ESSB. Of course, an amp helps, and a Hermes isn't going to put out full power, so there's that, right? But there are solutions out there that would let you do a little, at least QRP ESSB, and then plug in an amp. And there's a couple guys out here that are pretty regular that are, doing full Eagle, and they're on a little Hermes Lite. So definitely watch the presentation tomorrow night. I'm going to talk a lot about how to get into it.
For the record, Vincent, the Fiduce SL40 is what I'm on right now.
Are the rest of us irregular?
Yeah, I'll definitely watch that tomorrow.
All right, brother. Vincent, good hearing you, man. Jim, good hearing you, man. How you doing?
I did good.
A quick shout out here, Smitty. 1 second.
How do you copy me up in Woodland there?
That was to you, Jim.
Hey, Rockland Jim, you copy?
JCZ, Jim Zhang, are you on frequency?
Roger, W6JCZ on frequency.
Do you not hear RRV? He's so loud to me. You hear him. He's trying to connect with you.
Yeah, I had to switch off frequency to check SWR. Back on frequency. I did hear someone, I did hear someone sound like Donald Duck earlier.
Yeah, Jim, Scott here. I was just kind of wondering if you copy, and if you are, I was wondering if you're still using the 890.
Oh, I've long sold the 890. I am on a Flex 8680, a Flex 8400, Produce SL40, running Aether SDR and stereo tool. Over.
Oh, okay. It's been a while since I chatted with you, and of course I was out of sync here for about 2 months, and recently got back in. I lost my antenna. So I've got to I redid the antenna, and I'm back on the air again. But yeah, okay. I haven't heard in a while. I thought maybe we're still on the 890. Anyway, good update. Thanks, Jim. N6RRV for ID.
N6RRV W6JZ. You must have sold that 890 last May. I sold it to one of my colleagues after I bought the Flex.
This is the way.
If you don't mind me asking, Jim, what was the price? I see him selling for about anywhere from about $2,700 to about $3,000.
I sold it to him for $2,800.
Yeah, that's about right. I sold mine for $3,000 about 2.5, 3 years ago, and that was probably the top you could get for it at that time. But okay, good price, good deal that you made.
The $2,800 was essentially employee price. I basically sold it to him for what I bought it at, and yeah, pretty good deal.
Hey, Jimbo, I got a question for you.
Bring it.
With Aether's audio chain there that's built into that software, why are you still running stereo tools?
I could never get the Aether SDR audio processing to sound as good as stereo tool, so yeah, still running stereo tool.
Real quick, Jim, on that note, I want to do a quick shout out here. AD8SA, he is hanging out right now with a bunch of the Aether guys who develop Aether. So they're listening right now. So welcome aboard all of the Aether developers. This is the ESSB Audio Outlaws stream. So we do all ESSB. A bunch of guys are running Aether on their Flexes. So anyway, just kick back, relax, and listen to all that hard work and all that great audio that these guys are using thanks to your software. This is N6MUD in San Diego.
Speaking of Aether SDR, the developer was actually at my place of work on Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, this is Jim W6JCZ. I'm the manager of the HRO in Sacramento, and I'm pretty sure you were on Tuesday when you came in and picked up that 7300 Mark II.
He's in the chat, so you're welcome to hop on the chat there, Jim, and you can talk direct to him. N6MUD.com. And by the way, for the Aether developers, thanks for doing that, really. You opened the door for so many Flex people, and I'm an Apache Labs guy, but you guys are doing great work. At some point, I really hope, really hope, you make it work with the Apache Labs and Anons and everything like that, because it would be fun to experiment with it. I've seen it before many times, and it's pretty. WB1G Sacra Tomatoes.
K5BLS Carson City.
KD6BIS Santa Barbara.
Oh boy, big signal now, Alex.
And real quick, KA6JAR, did you get a chance to plug in those frequency cuts into Aether?
So I still have my monitor on there. No, I didn't plug it in there. I went ahead and plugged it into my wing, but I am running everything through Aether right now.
Okay, we need a little bit more work there. Still a little bit muddy at the 3 to 500. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, well, again, Rome wasn't built in a day. I mean, Christ, the profile that I'm on right now has taken me, a tweaking of 2 to 3 years. I just keep changing a little bit and then go back and change a little bit more and a little bit more. Anyway, so, yeah, it's a good start, and the fact you just started this evening, nice job.
Yeah, thanks. I actually went back and listened to the live stream earlier, and I could see what you guys were saying. I was a little bit muddy, so I could definitely tell that I had some mud in there.
Sounds a lot better.
Yeah, it sounds better. I was thinking, I want to comment on what you said, Jeff, 2 years or so tweaking. I'm thinking, man, that's pretty good. You can get it where you want it in 2 to 3 years. I've been at this gig since, for 20 years, and I'm still trying to figure it all out. N6RRV.
Since I finally settled on a microphone and a voice pre, and then decided that I'm only going to use the Thetis software and not use a bunch of outboard rack gear, it's been a lot of changing and a lot of tweaking.
Oh, I agree. There was a time I just used Thetis on the Anon, and that was it. No outboard except the preamp. And James configured it for me, and the reports I got from everybody was it sounded as good, if not better, than all the rack gear. Go figure.
Yeah, and that's why I like it from a minimalistic standpoint, especially here in the apartment. I have a lot of extra room for a bunch of crap, and then that would also possibly cause RF issues. So this setup here is working really well, and so far it's been favorably received.
Yep, and on that note, everybody, from Mission Viejo, I'm going to sign out. I'm going to go in the house. Actually, today is my 40th wedding anniversary. Can you believe that? We're going to celebrate Saturday night, so I got to go in and give Wendy a little bit of TLC, as you can imagine. So I hope you all have a good night, and hopefully I'll talk to you one last time before I leave on Sunday morning to Idaho. Anyway, N6RV, have a good night, everybody. And thanks, Craig, for the streaming. You're doing a great job with that. Appreciate it. Bye-bye for now. Romeo Victor saying goodbye.
7-3, Scott.
Catch you later, Scott. 7-3s.
Good evening, Scott.
I'll miss you, RRV. Good hearing you, man. Man, you are strong into San Diego. Holy cow. Have a good night, man.
Roger, guys. See you later.
Yeah, he's a consistent 30 over all of his past 10 transmissions. So, yeah, great conditions. Short skip is strong right now in San Diego.
You've got him so loud, you see every whisker.
Yeah, well, he's not running adaptive pre-distortion. So, for any of those people out there wanting to know the major difference between the Voodoo rigs and the SDRs, it's the there's a little bit of a sound difference in the audio, but it's also the adaptive pre-distortion. You see all of the IMD coming off the side of the signal there, and that's one of the biggest differences between the two radios.
And I probably have a lot of distortion.
Yeah, but Alex, you're running a 706, right? So that radio is what? Vintages are late 90s?
No, I'm actually on an older radio. I'm on the FT990 tonight.
Okay, yeah, so you're in the big station with the big antenna right now.
Yeah, and I'm running almost 300 watts.
You sound like yourself, Alex.
Yeah, everyone's pretty loud tonight. Wow. All right, well, I got the processor and the mic gain up pretty high, so I get a little drive out of this old radio.
You said it's a Yaesu FT990. That's a nice radio, actually. It's a good radio to have on standby.
Yeah, it's my main radio. So, anyway, I got other radios, but I like this one. Simple. I am simple.
Who screwed up their user interface. Well, hell, I mean, it's all buttons, right? If I remember correctly. But, yeah, I know that rig from a past life.
Yeah, there's no menu. But I got a big antenna here, and ladder line and bounce line tuner seems to make a difference. at least for the signal report.
Do you want one from me?
No, I don't care. I really don't care about signal reports, to tell you the truth.
Well, you're 20 over, so you're going to get one from me whether you like it or not, man.
Oh, only 20 over? Well, I got you about 32 over.
Well, you're barefoot, right?
No, I'm running 250 watts average.
Okay, well, I'm full eagle back at you, so that makes sense.
Well, over this way, not too much difference between you two.
Well, the feed point's up at 100 feet, that helps.
Oh yeah, your home station's always loud, Alex.
Alright, well, I'm going to put the attenuator in. I like things a little quieter.
You both sound really good down here in Arizona.
Alright, you're a little bit muffled for me there in Arizona, but good evening from KD6BIS Alex over here by Santa Barbara.
Alright, hey Alex, in Santa Barbara. Name here is Steve. Call is Kilowatt Bravo 7 November Alpha Sierra. Running about 150 watts, I think, out of this thing. But I'll see if I can tweak the audio any. I may not have set the bass down to the minimum. I had that problem earlier.
Oh, that was you earlier. Okay, I was on the 706 in the portable there, so now I'm on the other station there. Alright, well, sounds good. Good signal.
Thank you, guys. Yep, like I said, both of you guys sound really good here in Arizona. I've been sitting on the side listening for a while.
Arizona, what's the radio?
You know, it's the one everybody and their brother has. I've had the 7300, the first one, since they originally hit the market. Very first day, I think.
Well, let me give you a quick suggestion on that bad boy, because I owned one for a long time, and I got it sounding pretty damn good. Go into your settings, and I got to remember where this is, but you want to adjust the TXEQ, bring bass down to like 1, and turn around and put treble up to like as high as it'll go, or I think a 5 is 1 under the highest. Try 1 for bass and 5 for treble, and I'm willing to bet you'll be a lot easier to understand. Right now you're kind of like you're got a marble in your mouth and a piece of cotton in front of the mic. It's no bueno. You can get that sounding a lot better.
Let me give that a try. I was pretty sure that's where I have this thing set, but this radio's been turned off for probably about 4 months, and I just did the firmware update to the 142 or whatever. So I was hoping everything stayed, but I'll go check it. Appreciate it. Kilowatt Bravo 7 November Alpha Sierra.
What's your ALC meter? Pull your meters up. Hit. Hold on here. Function. Hit function. I think it's function. Let's do. Well, no, not function. Hit menu and then go to meters. How's your ALC looking, by the way? Are you driving? You seem like you're a little low on the audio. It could just be signal, but it sounds like low audio.
Let's see, audio is probably, mic gain anyway, is set to 100% right now. I had it at about 60.
Ouch.
And the compressor is off at this moment.
If I could make a suggestion, put your compressor at 2 and then adjust your mic gain until your ALC is at the 50% mark, or not solid, rock solid 50, but like between, if the middle line there on ALC, if that's 100%, you want to be wiggling at about 90%, 80%, and touching 100 occasionally. You will bring yourself up quite a bit, I'm willing to bet. And then the bass and treble adjustment, again, not trying to tell you that your baby's ugly, not at all, but the baby could look cuter.
Okay, I'm open to any suggestion. So here's ALC at approximately, looks like bouncing right around the 50% mark. The compressor is set at 2, and the audio went down to about 70%.
Bring the audio down to 40%. Just trust me on this.
All right, audio at right at 40% there.
How's your ALC looking?
It's still about the same, actually. Looks about the same.
Okay, now go in, take your bass all the way down to like a negative number, and bring that treble up, and I bet you're gonna get nice and clean sounding. Now it's just bass and treble. I think you've got the mic level and the compressor right.
All right. Unfortunately, it looks like I was right. I am set at +5 treble and -5 bass currently.
Interesting. Okay, well, Jeff, do you hear him any better than I do? He's a little light to me. Maybe it's just the fact that he's light.
No, there's something else going on there. I don't remember enough about the 7300 to to walk him through it, so you're doing a better job than I am.
Are you sure, when you're doing your EQ, are you sure you're EQing the ESSB TX side? You know, on those 7300s, I believe, and again, I haven't had one for several years, but I remember there was you could EQ for single sideband, you could EQ for different modes, for example. And are you sure you're adjusting the right one? Because there just seems like there's too much bass there for having it all the way turned all the way down, unless maybe you're very wide.
Yeah, good call. It's probably on the receive he's adjusting.
No, it's definitely the transmit. It says SSB TX. Definitely the TX side.
That time you actually sound a little bit better. That's weird. Jeff, did you hear that? Or give me a little bit more beans. Maybe read, do your ABCs or something. Okay, don't do that. Give me some more.
All right, we'll try that and see if that sounded any better or worse for you.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, that's considerably better.
Interesting. So what I did is I have one of those an XLR mic plugged into this thing with a foot pedal, and I swapped it around so that the element is facing the opposite way.
That's not the hand mic. That explains it.
Oh, you're not using the hand mic. Okay, I just set you up for the hand mic. That's the golden hand mic config right there. You are very strong into the receiver that we have on the air right now that's doing the YouTube feed. So if you want to hear yourself, you'll probably get a really good taste of what you sounded like and what you sound like now. Go out to YouTube, look for November 6 Mike Uniform Delta. Again, that's November 6 Mike Uniform Delta. Just do a search on YouTube. You're going to come to a channel that's running live right now, and you can kind of scan back and you can listen to yourself, and you'll hear the difference from where you were to where you are now, and I bet you're going to find it much more pleasing.
The best thing I found for running outboard audio on the ICOM series, especially with random desk microphones, if you will, is the UR6QW outboard EQ. It plugs right into the mic jack. Don't need any extra power wires or anything, and then that gives you actual 5 to 8 band, depending on which one you buy. I think there's a newer one out too. It's really expensive. I think it's a 10 band, but gives you more equalization to target some of the problem areas and bring out some of the brilliance in the audio.
I mean, if you really want to go nuts, you can do what I used to do when I ran a 7300. I fed the audio in via USB, so I basically used the internal sound card, kind of almost like I was in FT8 mode, but I wasn't. I wasn't in digital mode, but I fed the audio directly into the audio card inside digitally, and then I did software-based processing on my computer, running like something like Stereo Tools, for example, and you can get your audio sounding just slick. the hand mic would do you a favor, my friend. Those hand mics, the 7300, and the adjustments that you made tonight, I would almost guarantee I'd be willing to put money on the table to say you'll sound a lot better. And if James was here, he would agree, and he would say,
this is the way.
I think the gentleman said he had his microphone 180 out from where he was talking.
Oh, like he was talking into the back of the mic?
I thought that's what he said.
Well, it's a XLR mic. It's like if you ever seen the the Chinese BM800s. It's a modified BM800. So the amp board is supposed to be tweaked to get rid of some of the bass, and apparently I have it a little sticker that was on one side, and it must have fallen off, so I was talking into the back side of this element.
Okay, I'm listening to you on YouTube right now. It's highly delayed, so this is probably going to drive my head crazy. You sound pretty good right now. At least you do into the YouTube channel. So take a listen. It's not objectionable, and it's definitely better than it was. So bravo, brother. How are you getting the audio in? Are you going through the jack on the front? Are you using like one of those high-O cables, or you going in through the back? Or how are you getting your audio from the outboard gear?
Just going right into the front jack to the 8-pin, because you already got your voltage there for the electric condenser, and so just basically modified my own XLR cable, and then I do a lot of console work, so I have a foot pedal from a console, like a Avtech / Motorola / whatever, and I've modified the foot pedal to basically key the radio, keys the relay, keys the amplifier, do it all.
Oh, beautiful. Let me ask real quick here. You've got the condenser, and if I'm understanding correctly, you've basically made your own breakout. And are you feeding the condenser current from the mic jack from the front? Like, is it literally a cable like an XLR going from your condenser and then into an 8-pin connector or whatever the hell that connector is?
Yeah, directly from the 8-pin into some shielded audio, and then a couple wires going down to the foot pedal as well that are also shielded cable.
Okay, roger. And yeah, you are definitely limited to just the bass and treble controls in there. I'll tell you what, a mic processor would probably help you a little bit with some of the levels and everything like that. But hey, you know what? You sound much better right now. It's working. It's communication grade audio. It's getting it done. WB 1G Sacra Tomatoes.
K5 BLS Carson.
And I do hear myself on the web with my headphones on, so it's not terrible. I'd like to get some more of the bass out of this thing, and probably just need to play with some of the crossover caps and garbage in the setup on the mic. But I was looking at adding like a Behringer something or other, and hopefully keep it as low noise as possible, unless you have other recommendations.
Yeah, the UR6QW is probably going to be your best all-around solution.
You said the UR6QW, is that a Behringer part number?
No, that's the guy who makes it, UR6QW.
Yeah, looks like they actually make one wired for the 7300 even.
Yep.
Oh, I've seen these.
Right in.
Oh, I've seen these. Yeah. I'm a fan.
Yeah, they don't have a cut exactly at 160. I think it's like at 150, but it's close enough, and it will help pull some of that mud out of the microphone, which will clear that thing up a lot.
Awesome. I did have a PR40 on this for a while, and people actually said this mic sounded better, so I kept on it. But like I said, I probably haven't talked on this radio for several months. It's just been sitting on my desk collecting dust, and had it on listening to you guys give radio checks and talking about audio all night in your extended sideband. So just
I take offense
thought
to
I'd
this.
jump in here and say hi.
Don't take his offense. He may need it.
Oh, we heard all that, by the way. We were just making a little fun. I said, I take offense to that. No, man, you sound good. Yeah, those PR40s. I had a PR40 for a while. I got rid of it. I tended to pop my P's a lot on it. It had really poor rejection off the front. Not a bad mic. I don't know. I think it's a little overhyped, but at any rate, yeah, you sound great on this mic.
Yeah, I think the PR40s are overly bassy.
Yeah, and I think that was the problem. Everybody said that this mic was not as bassy as the PR40, and that it actually sounded better. And I thought, man, for what the PR40 cost, I think this mic was like $20 when I bought it.
Well, you don't realize the amount of post-processing when somebody speaks and when they use those on the radio stations. I mean, look, Smitty doesn't sound that good when he talks in person. I mean, he only sounds this good because he has one of those processors in line, so trust me.
He speaks the truth. In person.
Kidding aside, yeah, it's really about equalization. You know, every single mic you buy, they are not flat, and they're going to need some form of EQ.
Does that condenser mic have any switches on it where you can perform cuts on the mic?
Keep an SDR up and running on the computer so I could listen to it through headphones, but then I always thought the headphones were just fooling me.
Well, that's definitely true, and it depends on which SDR you listen to. Some have better audio replication than others.
True. I was actually referring to my own SDR sitting pretty much 10 feet away from the radio.
No, doesn't change things. Well, gentlemen, I think I'm going to fold up my sidewalks and drive home. So I've got a big day tomorrow where I have to go in front of the firing squad because they're going to have to admit to me that I was right about the amount of money that's it's going to take to fix some of the communication stuff here. And, oh well. Anyway, so it's going to be a fun day. Got lots going on, and perhaps I will catch you all over the weekend. 73s to all of you and all the SWLs. And I'm not sure, what do they call those people that monitor on YouTube? YouTubelels? I don't know. We got to come up with a name for that. Anyway, 73s all the way around. We'll catch you guys all later. K5BLS.
And the cards, they start to fall. I was waiting for the next person to check out. I think Craig had to step away. Now, Jeff, I'm the next. I got an early morning again, East Coast hours, forgive me. 7-3, everybody. Great talking to y'all. Alex, I don't know who's left. Alex, Jim, whoever else I'm missing, by the way. Good hearing y'all. And if you are interested, by the way, I'm doing a presentation tomorrow night on ESSB on this mode and, kind of some of the methodology that we use. And you're all welcome. You can join by Zoom. It's presentation will be probably about 7:45. I don't know exactly what time we're going to do it, maybe 8. But the meeting starts at 7:30, and you can check it out at w6ek.org. All right, guys, 7-3 Jeff as well, if you're still listening.
73 is Jeff. See you later, Smitty. KD6BIS.
Okay, 7-3, Smitty. See you tomorrow night.
Thanks for hanging in there, guys. KB7 NAS.
Jim, check your amp. I heard you on ground wave, but you were really light. And then, Alex, good hearing you, man. Don't be a stranger, all right? Good to hear you again.
All right, Smitty.
Hey, Smitty, I think the band's going long. You went from around 20 over to maybe like F7. So I think talk to fade away. W6J sees that. Good evening.
Oh yeah, we lost our path when you and I started. We were 20 over to each other. So maybe that's the sign, Jim. The band playing us off stage. Hey, good hearing you tonight, JCZ. I'll see you tomorrow night, WB1G.
All right, Jim, you've been pretty consistent here. Not too loud. 73s.
All right, guys, have a good evening, and we'll catch you another night on the stream. 7-3s from N6MUD.
Oh, hey, you are back out there. All right, I can say proper goodbye. 7-3, Craig, thanks for doing the stream tonight. WB1G. You won't hear me tomorrow night, because, again, I'll be doing the presentation. So I'll catch you sometime over the weekend.
All right, that's w6ek.org, right? I put a link to it in chat if anyone wants to check it out. Have a good evening, Smitty, and good luck on the presentation tomorrow. And hopefully you got the email I sent you yesterday of the recording.
Well, I did. I'm going to play it in front of the group. So, yeah, it's part of my presentation, actually. So thanks a bunch for that. So, all right, guys. Cheers to y'all. We'll catch you. Well, I'll be back on the air probably Saturday evening. For now, that's going to do it. That's all, folks. WB1G73.
Good night there, Craig. Yeah, sometime we'll have to talk when we're not on the YouTube there about your trip.
All right, Alex, yeah, we'll do that. All right, man, 7-3s, and to all the YouTubers and people in chat, have a good evening, and we'll see you in the next stream, probably tomorrow or sometime over the weekend. Catch you guys later in 6MUD, San Diego.
Yeah, appreciate
later,
it, Craig.
KN6MS here, and later, Craig and Smitty.
Good day there, Mike. I'm probably going to move on down the band there pretty quick.
I'm going to go see if I can find some DX on 20. I got Slovenia a little while ago. I'm going to do some more checking around.
All right, man. We'll catch you a little bit later. 73 is KAD6BIS. It's N6MUD.